What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Fellas Not Included. It's a podcast we keep it 100% real, about 100% real shit. As always, I got my guy Jay, so welcome back. I know we took a couple of weeks off or whatever, but we back in here. What's going on with you, fam?
Not much, man. How you been?
Man, I'm good like God with an extra O. So shit, ain't no complaints over here. You know what I'm saying? Life is what we make it.
Man,
I put the title to talk about some interracial relationships, interracial dating, but I want to talk about a whole slew of shit, honestly. So that'll just be one topic. I try to avoid politics too much. I want to dive too deep into certain shit, but obviously there's some stuff going on, and while I don't necessarily want to talk about what's going on, I want to talk about these brothers who are out here acting like well, most of them light skin already, but you know what I'm saying. These cats out here just pretending that what happened to old boy is the worst shit on earth, while they pretending to be family values, they pretending to be stand up people, and all the brothers I know that's like, oh man, this was the worst shit ever. It's some of the worst shit ever. You know what I'm saying? These cats don't live right. They never live right. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the fuck going on. We act our fellas ain't right, bro. That's all I know.
are you talking about that white man getting shot in the neck?
I'm talking about the white guy, but not so much him. How we responded, right? How brothers is out here, just again, what happened to, and I don't want to dwell on what happened to should never happen to nobody, right?
Right.
We passed that. What I'm talking about is now I'm seeing a lot of uh, uh I'm street cats that magically are conservative now. They're not even talking about him. They just pretending to be family values and all this other shit, man. I got a couple homies that's like, oh man, I'm all about family. I'm on the right, this and that. I'm like, bro, you got two baby mamas and one of your kids you don't take care of. Right. And that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. It's the cats bro, I need to talk about us. Right. And we done been hard on sisters on several episodes, but I just had a epiphany. I had a realization. I sat back and I'm like, bro, if you're a man and you have kids in different households, you've never been married, you have a fucking mental illness.
You said
Right.
that.
And a lot of brothers have mental illness. And what I mean by it is I'm not giving women a pass. But here's what I will say. If a woman has three baby daddies, all her kids are most likely in the same house.
Fair.
Right? If a dude has three baby mamas, it's a high probability none of his kids, right? None of his kids are in his house. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm just looking at shit, man, and I'm trying to maintain my composure as some of the worst of our goddamn community pretend to be the best. And I hit my
Well, I think people just fucking think later, right? Like if I mean, it's kind of like when you're drunk and you just do shit, and then the next day you try to rationalize it. Well, I think Shay stepped on my shoe, and it was my favorite pair of shoes, and I saw him looking at me, and that's the reason. No, you're just doing shit because you were drunk, right? And you were going
right,
off
right.
impulse. And I think a lot of people just be laying up with folks because they horny, and then the next thing you know, you got three kids in two different households, and now you're trying to rationalize it, and it's like you did the shit backwards, and nobody buys it. Like honestly, when
That's where I'm
ninjas
at.
get horny, when people get horny, all rational thought for the lower vibrational people goes out of the window, right? Like
Lower vibrational
I
people. I
call them
like
low
that.
vibrational
I'm
people
still in that
because
shit, bro. I'm telling you.
if you can't, I mean, because honestly, like I understand at 17 when your brain ain't developed, it's really hard to think past a nut. But it's people that are still at like 32, 33, 38, 41 that can't think past a nut, and they just lay up with folks. They don't think about the consequences, protection. All they're thinking about is in the moment, and then they're got another person pregnant. And I think part of it is a mental illness because at what point does your brain mature past your sexual impulses and you start having some discipline?
I mean,
But
go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
but looking past that, 4, 5, 6 years down the line, you're trying to make sense of it. No, we know what happened, right? But you're trying to make sense of it, and it's like, well, I wanted to start a kingdom and blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. Like nobody believes it,
Man.
right? Like
So
no nobody
and
buys
that's
it.
what I'm on, bro. Like, and I talk, man, I don't want to get married because they trying to take your money. Motherfucker, you have nothing. Right? That's another thing we gotta stop. All these women trying to take half our money. Half of what? Right? Let's just keep it a buck. The cat's talking about not getting married because somebody might want to take them for their money, don't have any money. Right? And I'm just tired of hearing cats. I've been just sitting back listening. I'm like, everybody who's worried about getting their shit took already got all their shit took by life. Like there's nothing. Right? I mean, it's and I'm not knocking anybody because I didn't been there. I didn't struggle, and God forbid if I struggle again, I know how to handle it. But I'm not gonna I can't just continue to sit back, bro, and watch brothers just shit talk and pretend. right? We have to have some account. I had this conversation earlier on Facebook with somebody. He's like, man, black people need accountability. I said, absolutely, but more than just accountability, we need to also not pretend the shit we did that was stupid after we take accountability was cool. Like one of my guys, I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, he's like, oh yeah, black folks don't have accountability, and oh boy, it was always about that. I'm like, fam, you had kids, you have two families, one you don't even acknowledge. I took accountability. No, sir. You admitted to the shit, but you ain't handled business. And instead of you going back and saying, listen, okay, I fucked up. Y'all shouldn't fuck up. You just talk about your good family. Like the one out back ain't shit. You know
Damn.
what I'm saying? Like, don't just acknowledge that you were wrong. Acknowledge you was wrong. Make sure the shit's not right, and tell people. And don't pretend the shit you did was an exception. Like you mentioned, people try to rationalize it later. Put that shit down, bro. If you a crackhead, you a crackhead. There's no I used to be a crackhead, now I'm good. You still a crackhead, you just don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? Your history is still your history. I mean, you ain't smoked in a while.
You're not actively doing crack, but
You're
you
not
still,
currently at the moment, but if a
yeah,
rock hit the floor in front of you, you might crack the fuck out. Um, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's all these. I be trying to. I don't know. I'm struggling because I gotta associate a partner, right? And I don't care how you feel about the community, right? You feel how you feel about it. He's anti-community, especially trans people. But one time, bro, got super drunk and was at a party, right? And lost his marbles about this chick, right? And he posting videos and shit. And somebody was like, "Hey, that's Sydney Star," right? And bro, if you would have saw him, I'm like, okay, my personal, I have no, let me just clarify.
so
I
he's
have no proof.
gay.
I'm not saying that. I have no proof, but I think he might have put the tip might have got touched, right? Because bro went from super far anti, then that like 2 week period, he was cool with it. And now he back. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. So that's where I'm at. And I don't
I will say, pause. I will say, after living in Atlanta for 5 years, you can get tricked into being gay. Like I ain't never
you
been
can
tricked,
get
but
tricked.
you can get tricked. Dude. These motherfuckers, this new age science on this shit is advanced, bro. This ain't like back in the day where it was like you could check an Adam's apple. Nowadays they getting rid of that motherfucker too, bro.
I
Like
think it's a combination of science and also women wear so much makeup that you don't know, right? Who's who? Like I watched a little shit on TikTok where a chick will be like white, and then when she don't wear her makeup, she Chinese or some shit, right? It's totally different. So I think that plays a part. But my whole thing is he didn't get tricked. He acknowledged that this chick was strong in the front. I'm just gonna say it that way, right? And bro, it was so I don't know. I don't know. I struggle because I'm like I be trying not to add him on Facebook when we be talking that shit. 'Cause like, bro, I remember the party. You know what I'm saying? So I remember you telling us about that fucking party. You was super excited. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, these are bad bitches." I'm like, then when they figured out they weren't necessarily, it was still bad bitches.
hold on. Did
So
you
what up?
did you throw the party?
No, no, don't put me in that shit. It was a party they went to in Chicago, fam.
Oh, you weren't there.
No, I
Okay.
just saw the live. Bro went live,
I
and that's
know.
when somebody was like, I appreciate the pause though, but you know what I'm saying? Somebody he went live, and the chick was like, "Oh, I recognize that girl." Right, as in, not I got a goddamn moth in my camera here, so I apologize. My light's extra bright, and I have my window open. But nonetheless, it was crazy, bro. And I'm just like, he was too into it, right? And I don't knock nobody's sexuality. You are what you are, and you have fun. And I'm gonna kill this fucking moth that keep flying in front of my camera. But you know what I'm saying? You do what you do. You have fun with whatever you have fun with, but don't. I think a lot of motherfuckers are pretending right now, right? And just be who you are, bro. That's all I'm saying. And
No,
don't knock a motherfucker for being who you are with the lights off.
you had made a status earlier, I think it was today, where you were saying like there's characteristics of people that go super hard for one area, and one of the characteristics is, or one of the reasons is that they normally have conflictions because they're whatever, you know what I mean? And that I agree with that shit because a lot of them dudes that be super anti something, they struggle with it and they hate themselves. You know, like I don't give a shit who you lay with. I will
What's your
say,
Bender?
like I said, I didn't had when I used to be on the dating websites, the swipe right, the swipe left dating websites, because I seen what they all are. I used to do what the bachelors call, I forget what they call it, like power swipe or some shit. Basically, where dudes just swipe right Yes, on
until
everything.
until you hit a match, a victory.
Right. And then you go back and then you see and you be like, oh, fuck, I just, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, I got to
That's
back up off
dangerous in
this
in
shit.
the A, bro.
Yeah, man, that shit. I had to stop doing that shit because I got a few times, and I'm like, nah, man, it ain't like this, bro. The fuck off my shit. But no, but I'm not super duper hardcore in anything. You know what I mean? Well, I'm hard, not really. I'm not really extremist on. I'm kind of balanced, and that's something that's came probably in the past 10 years or so, where it was like I kind of started to just level out. I'm not really extreme on anything. You know, but for the fellas, it's just a lot of hypocrisy. I think we all are hypocrites to a certain extent.
No doubt, no
It's
doubt.
just some of us are a little bit more extreme and obvious than others, right? Because you have some fellas out here that will scream to the top of the lungs one thing and then do the exact opposite. But I ain't gonna sit there and act like I'm perfect. I got a lot of hypocrisy within
No
myself as
doubt.
well.
We all do.
But yeah, that shit be kind of disgusting. Like when you don't see people taking care of their motherfucking kids. Period. I don't care what the circumstance is.
There's no excuse. I think, and we talked about this once before. I think we judge women extra harsh when they don't have custody of their kids, like something had to be wrong with them.
Facts.
But really, I sat back and I started thinking. I'm like, bro, what? Again, you don't have no kids, so it's a little different. But what in you as a man makes you want to put a kid somewhere with a chick you don't really want to fuck with, and then you do it again and again, and then like you got kids all over. Like that's a to me that's an illness, bro. As a man, you're supposed to want to see your children, right? You're supposed to want to have an impact on your children. If you are not home, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't got no respect for a man whose son or daughter got a bang on the wall because mama getting her thing knocked out, and he can hear his mama screaming at the hands of some other man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know that. Like think about that, bro. Your kid call you daddy. That man in there making mama make that noise again. Like you know how little of a man I feel if my kids go. You listen.
Hold on. So you talking about the dude that's sitting there banging the mama
I'm
out, or
just saying,
the
like, think about that. If you don't got no kids, but imagine your son, bro, calling you like daddy, that man over there making mama make them weird noises again. We can't get no sleep.
man? Let me tell you something.
I lose my shit. Now, as the father of the kids, I hope y'all don't hear us, but goddamn it, that's how y'all got here.
Let me tell you something. She ain't gonna see this. I was dating this chick, and it was the first time that I was dating a woman with kids in a while, right?
Right?
And basically, she was trying to sneak me over, right? Now, she wouldn't sneak me over when her daughter was home. That's fair. Perfect. I
I
love it.
mean, that makes
Daughters,
sense, right? That makes sense.
right. But she got two sons that also live with her. And I was telling her, like, you think you're being sneaky about this, but there's no fucking way, right?
Absolutely not.
There's no fucking way. But this is the only. Normally, I take charge, like
I'm
like
here,
let's
bro.
do
I'm
this, do
here.
that. But we're in your crib. We're in your house. So I'm like, shit. Maybe you got some fucking titanium walls or noise bouncing type walls
Right,
type shit.
right,
And basically, what happened one day. Long story short, is as I was leaving, the son who's a teenager,
right.
he's coming out of his room and he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, I never officially met him. And I kind of tucked my tail and ran out of there. But he goes and he tells mom, and he's like, look, mom, I know you grown, but can you kind of keep it down?
That's
And she was
crazy
like,
work, bro.
I'm like, dude, like this is fucked up. I told you were not being sick. And she's like, oh, I'm so goddamn embarrassed. I'm like, I thought at a certain point you was doing this shit on purpose. Like maybe they got in trouble at school or some shit. So now you gotta hear me getting my back blown out
I
type shit.
mean, bro,
You know what I mean?
some of us ain't cut out to respect your kids like that. Because
Man,
because I mean, especially if I didn't like the dude that was the daddy too. I'm going to call him and tell him, hey, I think mama she get somebody hurting her in there. You know what I'm saying?
if I was a son, I'm like, I wish dad had a house for me to go to right now because this is fucked up.
I mean,
You know
bro,
what I'm saying? Like this is
you ain't got
this
no
is
kids, but if your son call, hey man, come get me. I ain't trying to hear this. What you ain't trying to hear what? And he just hold the phone up and it's clear as day. Right? Man, that listen, I don't know what's worse if you live close as the father of the kids, if you live close enough to get there because you angry, or worse, you live out of town and you know by the time you get there, if you go, it's over.
man, hold on, pause. We got people in the chat now. Hey, Rajane, Nora Jean, what up, Julian? Hey, listen. So, Rajane, have you ever got your back blown out while the kids was in the house?
I'm
Don't
gonna
lie.
switch this up. I'm gonna switch this up so we can get the comments over there.
Rajane, I got a question. Have you ever had your back blown out while the kids in the Rajane got like 4 kids with like triplets on the way. She got lots of kids.
Ooh,
So I seriously doubt there's ever an opportunity for her to have an empty crib. So Rajane, and I mean, like I and Julie,
she
she
said,
said,
of course.
"Oh wow,
She, she said, "Fuck them kids."
damn, how could the kids hear you? Like, was you like shit?"
I mean, bro, and again, I'm not trying to make this about the woman. I'm really talking about leaving your kids in an environment, especially
Correct.
if mom's got the revolving door. You know what I mean? Like, that it's a different motherfucker, right? It's a different dude. It's a different like at some point as a man, bro, I don't want my kids. I want my kids better than that.
Yeah, and even outside of sex, like it's just you in an environment with a revolving door of men, period. I'm super duper protective of children. And to think that my son or daughter are around, I don't even want like I be looking at like women I date, they cousins and they uncles and they sisters and shit like that. And I'll be like, I don't even know if I want my kid around some of your family members because they ain't shit. You know what I
Right,
mean? Let
right.
alone these dudes. So it's like, you know, just to just leave your kids to be. I
I
don't
mean,
trust my children. I don't have any kids, obviously. I'm
I feel
17.
you. So
I
so
don't
that's the
trust.
tough part, right? Like you don't have kids, but like there's cats out here with kids in different places where your kid call you Jay, but they call some other dude daddy, and that's your kid.
Wow.
Right? Like it's to me, that's when I say it's a mental illness for men to want to have kids in different places. I'm not saying don't have kids with 3, 4, 5 different women. Y'all should be in one compound, bro. Raise your
When
families.
I was saying the last episode, and y'all was looking at me like I was crazy.
I'm just saying, bro.
I was
Like,
Mighty talking about something. I was praying you wouldn't tell that story about that
well,
girl.
just tell it then.
I just told it. Mighty know what the
Oh, okay,
fuck I'm
now,
talking
okay.
about. Mighty
Oh,
know,
okay.
and it happened. This is a real fucking story, and I'm just like, as a man, like you just leave your kid, like you can't just leave them. Like that's crazy. I don't trust my children, my figurative children that don't exist,
Right.
to be raised by anybody but me because
And
I'm
that's
super duper protective of kids, man. Like, and this is not. But like I said, you don't plan to have these little motherfuckers in the first place. You just horny and awesome fucking cut waters, and now you trying to figure the rest out later, and you don't even like the
hey,
kids like that. Like
I,
this
I
fucking.
just I just don't get it, bro. You know, I listen to people. Wow, I couldn't stay with her. She wasn't like okay, so she's not a good chick, and you left your kids there. Like that's like as a man, I can't understand, bro. I'm tired of giving us passes for shit. Right? I'm tired of giving us passes for shit. You should not have kids with a woman you don't trust and leave those kids there. Right? Kids with multiple women is fucking crazy. And people think I got a whole lot of homies that, as a matter of fact, I'm probably the only one of the people, me and you, probably the only person I know that don't got kids by a couple people. Um, I got a few more. Let me not say that because that's wrong. But this shit don't make no sense to me, bro. Like,
Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When I think about it, I ain't gonna hold you. And this is just 100% me being
I'm dropping
honest.
my
And
head right now. I already know you
here we
finna say
go.
some shit.
If I was rich, I would probably be Nick Cannon. I'm not even gonna lie.
But think
Like
about it, bro. Why not put them in one place? If you're rich, that's even more of a
I
reason to
was
have
trying
them
to
in the same.
know. Honestly, if I was rich, this is me. Goddamn it. I'm Nick Cannon, this motherfucker. Because it's like for real. Because now, I said on the last episode, I said I would try to put them in one place. Y'all, we gonna be a fucking family. Like at a
I mean,
certain
that's what you
point,
should do.
we all gonna get a farm or some shit like that. Ladies, what's y'all thought on that? If you went and had a baby by a ninja that already got 4, 5 kids and he had the resources to put all y'all and you went into it, not he hiding the baby, I didn't know he was pregnant. Ladies, you was the fourth baby mama like a dumbass. I mean like a fourth baby mama. And he said, I want to put all y'all on a compound, a farm, and we all gonna raise these motherfucking kids together. What would be your thought? Would you agree and raise the kids on a compound with this ninja? Or would you just have a bunch of scattered ass family and your kid knows some of their siblings and some of them they don't?
I mean, that's so. Listen, if you ever been a side piece, I wouldn't do it. No matter, right? Because and I'm just saying, I'm not saying who you might have been or who might have been, but this this is where I struggle because it's a lot of chicks that's gonna lie for the book, right?
I was looking for a cap hat before I got online, but I
Man,
was starting to get tipsy and
you
I
know,
couldn't
I want to
find
got
one.
a little.
Bullshit.
You
Bullshit.
know, I've been waiting to use that shit, right? Because you know they lie, but I prematurely, you know what I'm saying, threw that out there. But I'm fucking with them sound effects because some of these people be lying. But let's just keep it a buck, man. I mean, these are chicks who've been side, not necessarily these chicks, but they've been side chicks to dudes who had nothing, right? You have kids by dudes who had kids while you had kids, meaning that's
Ladies,
why the
listen
homie,
to this fucking logic. Listen to
bro.
my man preach right now. Keep
Like,
going.
let's keep it real. You're a side piece to a dude, pregnant by a dude who got a wife, whatever the case may be. You can't tell me you too good to move in and raise that family together. Your siblings or your kids are siblings, right? Y'all may as well put them in the same goddamn household, right? Like
I'm about to fucking go off on this chat with this cult talk. You know what the fuck is? Don't see every fucking live. Y'all get on this live with some cap, and I've been drinking tonight.
Listen, it's not. They're not wrong necessarily. That could be some cult shit, right? That you move
know what's
everybody
a
because that's
cult?
how it is right now. When you see somebody, the sister wives, and people like that's a cult. But think
You know
about it,
what's a
bro.
cult?
But
All
hold on,
your
hear me
kids
out.
having different last
Right, hear me
names.
out.
That's a cult of
Right.
ghetto-ness, nigga. What
I
the
don't mind
fuck?
my stocks not matching. My kids have to. That's just reality, right? Um, but think about that, right? It's a cult mentality to have multiple kids and multiple women in one household, but having multiple kids by multiple people all over the place is just you don't know my story, right? Like this is what I'm talking about, where shit is messed up. We have to be better, right? Again, I'm not advocating for multiple kids in multiple places. I think you should get one fiance, wife, husband, whatever your situation is, have a family, and if it don't work out, well, you had your family chance, you blew it, right? But it's this my last family to work, so I'm gonna start a new one. That shit is crazy to me, and maybe I'm just looking at stuff different, right? But that sounds
I mean,
crazy to me.
so I mean, like I said, if I had the resources, honestly, I'm kind of fucked up in the head, but I'm broke, so I can't. It's a good thing that I don't have the resources because I know financially this is going to hit my pockets. But if I had the resources, I would be like, for example, Madi, she's very creative. So let's see if we can get a little singer out the bunch, right? And then fucking Rajane, she's fertile as fuck.
Wait,
Let me
wait,
see if I
wait,
can get some
wait, wait.
triplet.
Did you do
But
you are you out here trying to pick professions for your kids
correct,
based on their mama?
correct. Let me tell you, it works. It works, Kai. It works. The reason why it works is
Hold on, hold
because
on, hold on. Somebody said they baby mama number 5 and got 2 kids by 2 other dudes. Wait, huh? Let me see. So if I'm baby, oh,
no,
she said
no,
if.
that's
It's
fine.
an
I
if.
saw,
It's
but I
an
was
if.
waiting for you to get done talking, and that's a good point because you speak as if every baby mama that these dudes make don't have other kids outside of y'all relationship, right? But that is a good point. If the woman has other children by other men, are you moving them in too? Just like you're a dumbass
Ooh,
for accepting me being my fourth baby mama, I'm a dumbass for being your second and third baby daddy. All of us got to move in together. This is good. We
now
got
you
to
got
figure out a
now.
way to
Well,
fucking
no,
get
that's
this.
different because them cats ain't come. They ain't taking care of the kids anyway. That's what I'm talking about in the first
Bingo.
place.
That's the
So
point in the
the
first
other
place.
3 or 4 dudes don't have to move in because they're not taking care of their
Because
kids.
they not taking care of the motherfucking kids. Because if they
So
weren't, you wouldn't be
so
single in the first
the
place.
most recent baby daddy might be the one to move in with everybody
He
because
ain't moving in shit. He in jail. Yeah, go. You
you know
got
that
that.
last baby daddy when you got 2 or 3 previous that last one's usually he was like man I'm trying to do right because he probably short on the stick right and that's why you come on bro you can't pull up to 4 or 5 different baby daddies and then be like I'm a great man I'm doing no it's a reason you're in that position right it's a
Wait.
reason
Start
you're in
this
that
over
position
again. I'm sorry. Drunk mind.
okay baby daddy number 4 if you're trying to be right and be a good dude and take care of kids there's something that you're lacking in your life that got you in that situation right there's some reason you're baby daddy number 4 or 5 and you sticking it out there's
You
got to be a reason and you're not an ideal man for anybody that's why you're in that position. And I don't knock no chick for getting saved, right? Whether it's through the church or through the streets, because somebody was gonna come in and take care of and help them raise their kids. Because Lord knows our kids need some kind of male role model.
Them ninjas is the lowest men in society. Like honestly, being a baby dad is some sucker shit in the first place. I'm sorry, being a
Huh?
stepdad. No, not baby dad.
Well, I
Being a
guess I can roll with that if you say
my
baby
bad.
daddy.
Being a stepdaddy is some sucker shit in the first place. But being baby daddy number 4 is like the lowest of society. Like these dudes, like what? Like what? That's wild.
Bro,
That
I
is
used to do photography way back in the day, and this is why I quit. This chick came in with all her baby daddies and all the kids, and at first I was respectful of the fact that y'all can get along, but And I'm like, I don't know. It looked like a field trip, right? Because everybody looked different. You know, it was like three or four dudes, a chick, and all these kids. I'm like, no more family photos for me, bro. That was like that shit's over.
And then a lot of times women don't even be attractive. Like, what the fuck? This chick got 4 baby daddies, 3 baby daddies, 2 baby daddies, and you the third. We're gonna get back to these suckers in a second because we got some good comments. So
I mean, so I got a all my stories talk about I got a homie, right? That's fucked up. Excuse my language. I got a homie that one day, bro, he said he was at the crib, chick knocked on the door with a baby, and his grandmother answered. She's like, "This is your, this is your grandson's child." He was like, "Nah," right? She was not nice, right? But they had did a whole party where she was the only girl, and somehow he ended up with the baby. And his DNA matched him, and I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
back when I was banging ugly chicks, I used to have nightmares about getting them pregnant. Like that shit would fucking like I had to finally stop because I was just like,
I
dog,
mean,
if I have to
if you're attracted to a chick, everybody's version of pretty is different,
no,
right?
they
So I'm
were
not gonna knock nobody's version of pretty or attractive, right?
I see.
Because
I was talking to my man's Julian, the guy shit. I'm like, I ain't gonna sit there and pretend like a chick that I was messing with was pretty in my eyes. No, they're not pretty. I was just
okay, so
like,
you was
remember,
you
remember,
was
I was telling you how a lot of dudes they can't think past that primal instinct of a nut. That used to be me, and then I got enlightened. I purified myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. I don't do that shit no more. Like I actually think like.
hey, do me a favor, bro. Just go submit your DNA to ancestry.com and let's just see what happened. You might
Listen,
have something out there.
it's go. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So you're not doing it. You're
Don't
not
put
doing
this
it.
shit on me. I send that back to the pits of hell. Hold on, we gotta go to the comments. The comments.
All right,
So
all right.
all right. So we got scroll up because we got
Oh,
comments.
you gotta scroll up in the comment box. Let me see. Let me pull it up, bro. I didn't change the way we do these comments, but I mean
It
we can
ain't no
see it.
motherfucking cult. I keep telling y'all it's not a cult. It's called y'all stop being reckless, having babies all over the place, and we just a big ass family. You feel
Hold
me?
on,
It
I'm
ain't
gonna
nothing
switch it up so
different than a
we can
family.
run through
You
some
gotta
of the
switch it.
comments that I don't know how far back you want me to go. I don't know what they talking about. That sounds like a sales product.
Rajane, you a handmaid?
I'm just running through them real
You got a
quick.
lot of kids.
Who? I I feel like I've heard that name before. Like, did we did? Never mind. I'm gonna keep going. I remember. I remember. I'm gonna
What
keep
you mean,
going.
Julian? Wait till I get money again. But yeah,
Uh,
y'all ain't really into no sister wives. It's just trying to keep all your siblings around each other and together
bro.
before y'all siblings end
So,
up fucking on each other.
so
When
that's
they,
what I was just about to say. And this is where again I'm going today. We're on the brothers. There are men who have children that don't know their siblings exist,
that's
right? And there's you don't have all boys, so your kids are in the same town. Like where I live, bro, the town is not that big, right? So you can have kids going to two different schools, and your kids can meet because they can be close to age.
Marty,
Time
can
it
I
out.
tell some of your business? Not a lot, just a little bit, because I got a question for you, but it's gonna involve me putting you on Front Street a little bit. Marty, if you still there, just say yes or no if I can tell a little bit of your business. Continue, my bad.
No, so I'm just saying, bro. Like, imagine having 8 kids that you don't take care of. They don't know each other, right? Because they all got, or 4 of them, 3 of them, whatever, got different baby mom or different moms. Your kids can be dating. You know what I'm saying? You gonna mess around and have a grand nephew. I don't know what that would even be.
That
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? Your grandbaby would be your grandbaby
So,
twice.
Marty, for your kid, did he? How did you find out about his siblings? Because I know his sibling is a little bit older. Did you reach out and or like did you know the whole time? I don't think you knew the whole time. But how did you find out about your son,
I'm gonna
your
switch
kid's
this back
sibling?
and see if we can. I'm gonna change the number of comments showing.
That
Go
was
ahead.
a question, Marty. By the way, Mighty got a new hit. It's called Inside. It's off the motherfucking chain. I don't listen. If the shit trash, I ain't gonna mention it at all. And if it's good, I'm gonna mention it. So if I don't ever promote your music and you told me to listen to it, it sucked. My Mighty song is actually pretty good. It's called Inside. I want to learn how to play it on the guitar. What Norgene? What you had a question or
Awesome.
some shit? But yeah, man, like it's crazy. Like you got a bunch of kids out here. They all know each other, and I think as a man, like that's part of the leadership aspect of this is your family now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Including her kids before you, and to a certain extent, including her
I mean,
kids after you.
those
Y'all,
siblings, those kids are siblings, right? You don't deny your children access to their siblings. It used to be that your kids were related to. I mean, they knew their siblings. They live in the same fucking house. And this is
mhm.
again where I give women a little bit of different. Most women who have kids by multiple men, all their kids know each other. Those kids are in the same house, even if they got different dads. right? We don't do that, bro. When we we don't do that. We got kids, they just be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they just be everywhere.
Mm,
I don't get it.
nah, man, that's unacceptable. Like I'd like, but one thing that like a lot of some dudes out here, but these are the famous ones, so they got the resources. Like Lil Boosie, for example, I think he said he got 10 kids, but all of his kids are very close,
Yeah, but
right?
he's
Like all
rich, bro. That I mean, let's keep it a buck. We are talking about people whose baby mamas are on government assistance and services because they, I mean, cats is paying $25, $35 a week in child support. These are not the men that should be having multiple kids. If your kid's in that scenario, right? That just don't make sense to me, bro.
Roger, now you still there? I don't know what you, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just messing with you if I did. Hold on one sec. So well, the kids after me. No, them kids is your siblings. Them kids is your kids' siblings, Julian.
He
That's
said,
the
"Don't
risk
mention
that
the
you take
he's
when you have
stupid,
babies by people you're not married to. And if
man,
you
one
get a
hundred percent."
divorce, like if you get a divorce from your wife, you got a or your husband, or in your case, your wife, and she decides to move on, your kids
Nah,
may
I'm with Julian right there, though. Hey, listen, if I was first and you did some stupid shit after me,
you
uh,
better lock it up. Like honestly, you better lock that shit up. Like, and that's the thing where I would like to just prevent you from having any more children after me. You know what I'm saying? But she
hey,
got free will just like you do, and
you,
that's the
you you
fucked up
prevent
part.
that by staying, bro. Shit,
What
you
the
work
fuck are you
that shit out.
talking about, Rajane?
She said you can't hurt her feelings. You must have hurt her feelings. God damn it.
I don't know what I said. I'm
I,
sorry,
I don't
Rajane.
know. But I
Um,
mean, I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. And I know we were supposed to have a whole different conversation, but I'm just fed up with especially these brothers talking about, man, don't date single moms. Like y'all out here creating these motherfuckers, right? It's the monsters talking about not dating the victims and shit. And I don't want to call a single mom a victim, but you know what I'm saying? Like these dudes is out here creating in multiple. Man, I had a homie. Listen, okay, I'm just gonna put all my, well, not all my business, but some of my business. You know, I had my first. We had our, let me say that we had our first kid. I was fresh out. I went from homework to diapers. Like didn't get in a little bit of summer, right? She got pregnant, and she had a baby right after high school.
mm,
And so I remember sitting in my math class with my homie, bro, and it's my ace boom, bro. Wifey girlfriend at the time told me the business. And I go to my guy, I'm in real tears. I'm like, bro, I'm about to have a baby. I don't even know one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know no babies. Like, I don't even know what I'm about to do. Bro just straight laughed at me. Right? I'm in real tears. My guy laughed at me. So that's senior year of high school. 2 years later, my guy got like four. Right? He went on a spree. My guy had two chicks in the hospital, same hospital, having a baby at the same time. He said, man, that doctor, he said, I never felt, he said, the doctor, I went to from one room to the other, same doctor delivered both babies because they was born on a different day, but they was in the hospital at the same time. He said, man, that doctor looks so disgusted in me, bro. I'm just like, that's the shit we doing.
I would do it. I ain't gonna lie, I would do it, Kai. Like if I had the resources, I would do it.
But
There's
that's the
about three
difference.
chicks in this chat that I get pregnant if I was rich. I ain't even gonna hold
Uh-oh.
you. Like,
I mean, if you plan on being rich, what you waiting on? Just go ahead and start the pregnancy.
no, because I'm broke and I can't do nothing. Like that's stupid. You can't afford to take care of it, but if you got the resources, like I said, we all gonna be a family. Y'all gonna move in on this compound. Y'all gonna move in this.
Hey, who was the three? I'm nosy. No, just give me one of them. Don't even do all of them like that. Just give me one.
Oh, Roger, they know she would be my baby mama if I had bread.
Was she charging or what? I'm confused.
I'm just fucking around. Roger Day and I play like that. Like it's nothing. It's not even. I'm friends with Roger Day, Marty, and like I'm actually close with both of these people, so I fuck around with them all the time.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I don't know, bro. I'm just I just been looking back, and again, I'm at that stage where I have a grandchild, right?
Damn.
And I'm like, y'all got kids and grandkids. You don't even know, right? Like, how do you? That's crazy, bro. Like, if something happened to your kid, you might not even know something happened. You got to find out on Facebook that your kid in the hospital's. Like, that's just weird shit to me, bro. I wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't fucking raised that way. I don't know what's wrong with us to be out here just blasted off in chicks and then seeing what happened. That don't make no goddamn sense to me.
Yeah, that's. It's just you don't give a fuck. Like me, I care so much about my seed.
Hey, hold on. Your
I
boy
used.
got a point. He said it's not about the resources, it's about the time. And I
Yeah,
and I gotta agree with that because you don't have to be rich to have. I mean, if you had 3 or 4 incomes, shit, You know what I'm saying? You got 3 baby mamas in one house, 3 wives, whatever you want to call it, and everybody working. Shit, y'all living good.
I'm saying
But it's
we
that
all
time you
playing
got to be able to give the
baseball.
kids, bro.
Listen, I got time. I mean, just it ain't no different to me than if you was married to somebody and y'all had, because back in the day, 40
Your
years
boy
ago,
wild.
Mima had 8 kids by the same dude, and somehow he made time for you, right? Like I said, if y'all all on the same compound, we gonna talk about this cult, whatever you ninjas want to call it. If y'all on the same compound, we'll figure the shit out. We gonna start some baseball league, tennis Tuesdays for the girls, whatever we want to do. We gonna figure the shit out
Right,
because
right.
we're family.
But we can't do that with. I mean, cats don't even try. You know, again, I was having this conversation, and it was like, well, somebody was like, well, if we could, you know, if women would allow us to do that, I'm like, first off, you're having babies by chicks you don't know, right?
Facts.
So stop saying what they would allow. You don't even know these chicks. They can't
I don't
allow
like
you.
black guys.
It's I don't know. I don't know, bro. I struggle with understanding how you can just drop seeds off everywhere. Right? I wouldn't even have a garden in 2 different places, let alone putting my seed somewhere in 2 different places. That the
Man, when I was a teenager, I was so protective of my nut. I used to shoot that shit in test tubes before I threw it away. Like I wasn't even. We just feelings not included. We talking wild. But I used to
keep
do
it a
like I
buck.
was so protective because I thought,
You
of
should
course,
be.
I'm a teenager. Like man, this shit might like crawl up the bed and a chick gonna come. Like I don't know. I was just like I was so protective of it.
You
I
should be.
wasn't reckless with that shit. G. Like that's
I
nuh-uh.
mean, bro, you're not supposed to be. You know, we know how babies are made, right? There's no surprises on how babies are made. We know that shit. But and that's again, that's why I'm struggling with dudes that just have babies because like you just know you could have created a life and you didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
And the thing is, it's like we're so contradictory. Oh, I don't trust these women. We don't trust these hoes, et cetera, et
raw
cetera. And you raw dog everything inside.
sushi them. Just
I
just
mean, raw as meat. Just going in raw on everything, and then
at
you
least
both.
put tape over the tip. You know, cover the hole, bro. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna do shit, but at least you put some effort in. You know, you put, you put a little tape on the tip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I'm trying to offer these cats some because they're not gonna put a rubber on. We know that, right? Um,
Oh man, that is wild. Imagine expecting a woman to submit to you and you drive her car. You gotta adjust the seat every time you get in that motherfucker because it's hers. Like
I
what?
mean, yeah.
Um,
Y'all, you can say who said that? Let me see. Oh, that was a man because I was like,
hold up,
a
Rajane.
lot
If
of
the
chicks
dude,
have babies by that dude. You know
so
what I'm saying?
Rajane, so you said if the dude is making multiple babies and taking care of them and active with them, so they know each other, I don't see an issue. But you
Where they
won't move
live?
in
Hold on,
with
but
them.
where do they live?
But you
Right.
won't move in with them. Like that's what we want. Like why?
Well,
Why do
hold
you
on.
not?
Like, where does these multiple kids live? Like, do you when your kids are little, you want to put them to bed? How fast does he drive? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got 3 kids in 3 different houses and bedtime is 8 p.m.,
He
how
putting them to
fast
bed
do you
via
get?
FaceTime. That ain't fair. You better move in with that man and his
What's she
family.
saying?
But having multiple kids and not doing your part, hell yeah, nigga. What the
You
fuck?
got multiple kids, you're not doing your part. That's synonymous. If you have multiple kids in multiple places, you're not doing your part.
Unless y'all live together.
Yeah, okay,
I
that's what I
just
said
said
in different
multiple kids.
places,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
my bad, my bad.
If you, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, right? And I understand to a certain extent, you know, most women who have multiple kids by multiple men, they all live in one place, right?
Whoa.
What
Holy
would you see?
shit. Doc just came in dropping bombs telling his business.
Three.
What up, Doc John?
Hey, that brother is comfortable with his situation. He
Shout
got
out to Doc. Doc said, nah, for real, I was
I
blessed.
gotta ask, is the marriage still going?
Did you mean 3 outside your marriage, like 3 before you got married or 3 while you was married?
Because that's the way I'm reading it. Is like I got married, and I was like, I do, and I was like, oh, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to understand the
He
scenario.
said, I do, I did. Hey, Offset, come on, man. We need you to chip in, brother. You had 3 outside. Shit. As a
I mean,
child.
if
What you be seeing as a child protection worker, Julian? And
don't
Marty,
ask
if you
that,
want
bro,
to
because
hop in on the
I know
line,
it's
feel
bad.
free.
Oh, 3 before he got
Oh, okay,
married.
okay,
All right.
perfect,
Because
perfect, perfect.
I was
Um,
like, shit. I was just gonna just let him. I wouldn't even gonna acknowledge him no more. Because I'm like, bro, don't even bring it up.
you
She
see,
might have forgot.
you told your business, you gonna explain it, but that makes sense. Okay, cool.
All right, yeah, that's cool. That's cool because I was over here, bro. My temperature was rising. I'm like, he just sheesh. Did somebody take his internet? Why he still got
Oh
a house?
shit. Oh man, hold on. How we send Mighty the invite? She want to hop on the live.
Let
Mighty must have just got back from a show and she feeling cute. She just want to get on camera. She ain't fooling nobody.
me do this real quick. I don't even. Let me see what. I'm gonna send it to you. You can copy and paste that shit because I don't think she'll mind, or I can post it on your wall or something. Let me do that.
Nora Jean, you said you had 2 before the marriage
Hey,
and
I'm
3
gonna
with
post it on
marriage.
your wall. I don't know if you got an approved post or not. I'm
Since
just
we
gonna drop.
telling y'all our business, I'm gonna just start asking more questions. So when I start
I'm
asking more
dropping that
questions,
link on your wall, bro. So if you, I don't know if you got to approve it or if it's just gonna show up. But if anybody want to join, they can click that link, and if we want to bring them in, we will.
which link? Oh,
Yeah,
you say you posted it on my wall?
yeah.
Go to my Jerome Brown page wall and just
No,
click
it
the
was the
link.
right. Oh, I might have put on the wrong one then.
Or Right to Bear Jared, same
Yeah,
name.
that's the one I put it on.
Most of the people, yeah, Right to Bear Jared. Just go to that page. But so Nora Jean, I got questions too.
He
So
from
you
the
said
south.
so you no, it's actually a legit question. So you say you had 2 before marriage. Were they by the same dude or were they with the same guy? Because I
Hmm.
need to know what type of caliber man you
We gotta
decided.
come back. We gotta come back to Julius is about somebody got 10 kids.
Who got 10 kids?
Bro, I got a cousin got 12 and at least 9 baby mamas. I'm not even gonna sit here and hold you, bro.
We were working with a guy. He's a child protection. He works in he's like a social worker. Julian is. He said, I'm working with a guy who got 10 kids. He ain't got none of them. Guess what? We just took his 11th. What the fuck did I just read? He got 10 kids?
Hey, whoever's asking how they get on, it's a link on his wall. Let me see. It's a link on the right. Which I forgot what fucking page I put that on. Let
Damn,
me do
girl, you
this.
ain't
I'm,
even
I'm, gonna,
drinking.
I'm gonna let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can.
Wow.
Hey, have her inbox you her email. I'll email her the link, or you can grab it and send it to her. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just have her putting her email out there.
God damn it. I don't know how to do this shit. I've been drinking. Hold
I
on. I
forgot
got
you
you.
been. I forgot you been drinking, bro.
Yeah.
Do you not say hello to the camera? Yeah, you've been drinking.
Hold on. I'm trying to I have 2 sperm children. Oh, damn, Nora Jean. Whoa.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I got respect for that. I gotta respect that. I'm assuming you went to the clinic and got them. Like, I don't know if I'm saying that right or
Did you
not.
pick a tall ninja or did you pick somebody look like me? Hey, if you could pick your kids like that shit lit. That's what I was
But
thinking
you
about doing.
can really by choosing who you have sex with. I mean, shit. I mean,
As a woman, yeah, as a woman, but as a man, we kind of got
as a
to.
man, you can kind of pick that. You might not be able to get her right away, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's. Uh,
Nah, man, it ain't the same. As a man, we kind of take what we get.
Not when it comes to your kids, bro. You put your kids where you want to put your kids. Don't just be like, she's available. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that.
No, I'm saying like I want a 6 foot volleyball player that's kind of muscular but still feminine, and I want to have a child with her. It's not gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? Like
You might have to change countries. You might be in the wrong place. You know what
that's
I'm
what I mean
saying?
when I say if I had resources, I'd have a lot of kids because then my other baby mama, she would have different characteristics, and then I put
I
my
mean, you
kids.
don't got to have a lot of resources. You just got to move to a third world countries where the houses on dirt roads, and then you balling out the gate.
You think they got 6 foot volleyball players that's muscular but still look feminine in other countries?
I need to work with you about why you need her to be muscular and 6 foot because this. I'm glad you added feminine because that's a.
I said feminine. Don't
I
fucking play
feel
with
you,
me.
bro, but that's that's too specific for me, bro. I don't know.
Marty, I just posted the link on the chat. Click that link or something, and then you could jump in. I think.
Yeah, she clicked the link. She should be able to follow the little instructions. It ain't that difficult. Um, Let me see. I don't know if I can edit that up and throw some stuff out there.
Kids though, yeah, that shit wild. Like I mean, that's just I plan too much. I really have planned out a lot of my.
My guy said you want a woman that towers over you.
Correct.
You want to look up to her?
It makes me feel more powerful when I bend them over.
All right. What? Let me see. Let me find her. I'm gonna send you a Facebook message as soon as I figure out how to do that with somebody that's not my friend. Let me go find her real quick. Um, I'm probably gonna end up in her spam messages, but that's all right.
Ladies, if a man approached you and he had 6 kids, and this is kind of a true story,
She going.
You going?
I don't know. I'm just.
Georgina, man got 6 kids and you got 5. Is y'all gonna be the Brady Bunch?
Oh, does he? Is he taking care of his kids, or what he
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. Of course, he take care of them. Mighty, a man approach you. He got 6 kids. You got 1. Is you going? Is you going? Mighty better be going because me and Mighty don't let me go in on your ass. But yeah, man, that shit crazy. 10 kids, and then you just keep having them. They should
Bro,
just
I got a cousin.
significant.
Well, he had 12 when I quit counting.
Wow.
Right. I mean, it just that's just what it was. So let me send her a link. I just sent her a friend request. So I feel creepy as hell sending chicks friend requests that I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yeah. Mighty, just find the link that I posted. It's
I
like
mean,
3.
it's in her. It's going to her messenger right now, so it's in there.
What's the next topic we're supposed to be talking about?
So we were supposed to talk about interracial dating. That was on the list.
Ooh.
Because I wanted full transparency. I got a white wife.
Yep.
I don't care how y'all feel. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-mm.
Um,
And she like Lily White. She not like.
listen, we was riding through Chicago one day, and there was a billboard for Lil Durk. She's like, "What's a Lil Durk?" I just squeezed her hand real tight. It's like you said. Anyway, but it ain't got nothing to do with that. Let me clarify. It had nothing to do with her being white. That's just who I fell in love with as a 15-year-old boy. She happened to be everything I needed her to be. Goddamn it. So that's that. But I did want to talk about it because I have a weird take on it.
Oh,
Right?
here we go.
I do have a weird take on it.
And this
Um,
and this hold on, this conversation was based on my Facebook status from like a month ago. Because on the Facebook status on my Right to Bear Jair page, I said, let's just have this conversation about the pandemic in Minnesota, where all the brothers like white women. Like y'all know, if you lived in Minnesota long enough,
Hey, Minnesota was crazy, bro. The first time I went was like 2000 or 99 or something. I saw a Chinese dude and a Mexican chick. I was like, y'all don't give a fuck,
don't care.
right?
Don't care.
But here's my take on it,
All right.
right? Okay, I see her. We just gonna bring her in. I'm gonna switch it up here, and then we just gonna add her right to the mix. Go ahead and introduce yourself if you don't
About
mind.
that time. What'd you say?
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Say your name and all that other because I don't know how to
Hey,
pronounce it.
hey everybody. I am Maddie. I am Jeremy's barber slash friend. I
Oh
don't know why he's
shit!
my
I think I
friend,
met you
but
before.
yes, I
We
was
met
on the
like
last
a month
one, the
ago.
last
You
podcast.
was at that gas station that had some. Okay, yeah,
Yep,
I remember. I remember.
yep. That is I. Hello everybody. Y'all done talked about so much different stuff, but I want to stay on topic. What was y'all?
So we
What,
just started talking to interracial, but if you got a comment on anything, we just going with it.
okay,
It's
so Jeremy asked a question a while back with you. You asked for my permission to. You didn't want to tell my business, but to start there to answer that question, my son's father, he told me about his first child, but he had a second child on the way that he lied about. So I ended up being baby mama number 3.
the liar
Uh,
he just left it out. Y'all didn't
he just
like.
yeah, like that was just he didn't. We were pregnant at the
Wait.
same
I'm gonna ask
time.
some questions here. I feel like a news anchor. You were pregnant while she was pregnant.
Um, so when she was in labor, I had just found out I was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. So our children are 8 months apart.
Same birth, like same year, or did you at least split the years? You know what I'm saying? It's like early, like one January, one is what I'm
So
saying, November, or that's not
so
the same.
right,
That's
yeah,
not eight
it's
months, but
November. It is November. So the older son's birthday is in November. My son
okay. At
is
least it's different
the
years.
following year, yes, in
Yeah.
July. Yeah. So to answer that question, he was dishonest. But to go back to what you were saying before, my son's father ended up having kids, 3 more kids after my son. So that's something that niggas do. They just
Were y'all ever married or had plans to be married, or
we had plans to be married.
I'd like to hear about those plans. Like what happened?
Okay,
You
my
know what I'm
bad.
saying?
Okay,
Like
so um
he
when we met
proposed.
each other,
He
huh?
did he propose?
Uh yes and no.
Did
There's
you
a
open
funny
up this
story.
fucking door? And if you keep with these lies, I'm about to.
Okay, so let's start off. Before I had my son, no, he did not propose. We only talked about marriage. We kind of started planning for it, but niggas for some reason they change and start doing dumb shit once you're pregnant. So, um, after I had my son, we arguing back and forth what he is and ain't doing as a dad. He asked me to marry him, but he left it on the voicemail. So no ring, not in person.
He
It
called you.
was
That was the ring. You know what I'm saying?
but again with that story, he had my son's father was actually married to the baby mom that's after me. He was actually legally married to her for a year. And by the time, he was dating, he was cheating on me with her. So by the time he had become, I guess, serious with her, they would fight and argue and I would be in the middle of it, and he would do petty shit like obviously asking me to marry him after he didn't got into it with her. It's a big messy situation. Me and her actually get along. Um
I got some more
so
questions. I'm
sure,
sorry.
ask away.
How
Ask
long did
away.
you know this dude before you got pregnant?
Listen to me. I didn't ask
I,
all this shit already, so she didn't already prep the bullshit ass answers
But
because
you know
I
the
no,
truth. But I'm just asking,
and
like, how
Jeremy,
long did you know him before you got pregnant?
before I got pregnant, I knew him for 8 months.
Okay,
Got
let me
pregnant.
go back. How long were y'all messing around? Like, okay, I didn't know you went to kindergarten with him or something. Like,
No,
but how
no,
long were
eight
y'all
months.
messing around before you got pregnant?
8 months, and I got
Okay.
pregnant on the ninth month. That where we dated, and like I said, we talked about it. We talked about marriage. We talked about starting a family. Like we had these discussions. Like my son was actually planned. My son wasn't. Oh, we're just
You
having fun,
planned a
and oops, I
baby
got
with a
pregnant.
cat you knew for 8 months? It
Yeah.
take longer than that to have a baby. Just saying, I'm
Now,
sorry. I gotta be real. Like I'm
let
I
me let
usually
me
don't
let me
struggle with
tell you.
words.
Let me tell you. So obviously, I am not the type of woman that just kind of plays Russian roulette with my life like that.
Okay.
So when I met him, things were very beautiful. We talked every day. We saw each other every day. We went out to eat. We traveled. We went to Chicago. We went to St. Louis. Like it felt like a healthy relationship. Um, and I hate to say it in a way because it sounds, when you say it out loud with hindsight, yeah, it sounds like bullshit. But it was really like one of those fairy tale stories you see on Lifetime. It was very like,
Right.
like it was a, at least that's what I was led to believe, that it was a healthy relationship. He had met my mom, he met my family. I mean, because if you're talking about somebody where you're dealing with each other, if you're talking about marriage and talking about starting a family, hey, somebody's gonna be like, hey, this is real conversation. You don't have those conversations with just anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes when you feel it and it's right and it's happy and it's healthy.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of man law.
Okay.
If you want it bad enough, you'll say any goddamn thing, right? So
Obviously.
this is just me to everybody else. You've learned, right?
Mhm.
Listen, just because it ain't what he say. It ain't what we say. Is what we do, right?
And that was in the beginning. He was very active. He was
But if
very.
we talk, if we, I've only been married once,
Mhm.
but I didn't really talk about it until after I gave the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when we talked about, because that's how you talk about a wedding or
Yeah.
marriage. You talk about it as a man when you pull that goddamn ring out your pocket. And I'll admit that ring I pulled out was small than a motherfucker, but I was young. Um,
And that's okay.
that's how you talk about it, right?
we got some questions from the chat too, but keep going, Kai.
No, go ahead, bro. I'm just throwing them on the screen as they come up. But oh, somebody said how old was he? That's a good question.
Oh, I had my son when I was 23,
So how
so
old was how was pops?
25.
Okay. Damn, he was 25 with a 3-piece spicy. Shit.
Woo,
Whoa.
woo, woo.
Damn. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate
No,
it caught me off
it's
guard.
hilarious and it's accurate. And of course, now that I'm older and I'm wiser, it yeah, nigga was
So
25 with,
he's
you
holding
know,
6 right now, you said, right?
huh?
He got 6 kids now,
Uh,
at least?
that at least that I know exist. Six total.
That's wild.
Y'all all a family, all of y'all.
Nah,
Now
that bro ain't
and
never he bought a lifetime supply of condoms when he bought one. You know what I'm
now,
saying?
right.
Like, that was just
Um, and
he
to
just
piggyback off of the whole, living together, having a family together, and the whole cult shit, right? Um, Now I'm a type of woman. I love the fact that my son knows his siblings. It was me and two of the other baby moms, actually three of the other baby moms. that actually banded together and was like, yeah, like our kids need to know each other. Like it was more
Absolutely.
so something he didn't do it. We did it. We decided that our kids should know each other
Oh,
because this
okay.
nigga in New York somewhere. Um, but again, these are the ones that I was able to talk to and have a relationship with, and they were well.
So what does he do for a living?
Two of them started off rough, but we good now.
What did he
One
do
of
for a
them I'm
living at
good
the
with,
time? I guess.
huh?
What did he do for a living at the time that y'all, you know?
When we dated, he worked in a warehouse. He had two
Why you
jobs.
laughing, bro?
He worked
He
it
worked at
all.
a warehouse. Okay.
He worked at. He
So
had two jobs. He had two jobs.
okay.
He worked at a warehouse and a part-time cashier at a gas station.
It sounded like he worked at the sperm bank because he was dropping loads or the laundromat or something. Um, so this is again for me. This is where I struggle, right? Because things are weird to me when dudes have kids all over the place. Got a homie one time and you know he said, "Man, I'm gonna marry my baby mama," and I'm like, "That's cool, right? Because you probably should, but why all of a sudden? Because you didn't sound excited." He said, "Man, because my daughter asked me why she had a different last name than mom," and I was like, "Shit, I never even thought like that." That was a question that never came up. So then when I see people who have kids, you know, men who have kids all over the place, do they take the last names and do the kids like, "Hey, I'm Michael Johnson." She's like, "I'm Michael Smith." I'm like, "I'm Michael." You know, like Michael Scott. Like, is it? How does that work out? Like, that's
So,
crazy to me.
from what I know, except I believe my son is the only child that does not have my child's father's last. He did originally. My son, it was a hyphenate, so he has both of our names. But me, I'm a
You did some
different.
shit. You did some shit.
I did. But
You
here's
got
why.
mad. Changed his
No,
name.
no, no, no. That not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Because if that's the case, I would have just led with, look, I don't want my son to have your last name, right? Now, me being who I am Nigerian. I do come from a
Okay.
wealthy family. And so my father got deported. And when
Okay.
I found my father, the way that you have to prove your inheritance essentially is you have to either have a birth certificate or a marriage license or have their name.
Okay.
In my case, being that I come from a wealthy side on my father's side, I'm the only one that has my father's name. There's two of us. There's me and my sister. Okay. My sister and my parents weren't married when they had my sister, my older sister. They got
Okay.
married when they had me. So I'm his only technically legal, legitimate child, right? Now, with that being said, my father got deported. And when I found him again, I had to prove, look, I'm your daughter. I'm entitled to this land and property. Da 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 da. So yes, I do have land and property in Nigeria. That's another story for another day. But with me finding my father and coming into my inheritance, I wanted my son to have that inheritance. And
Okay.
so I explained that to my son's father. Look, I'm the only one that has my father's name, and I come from a wealthy background. And in the process of me finding my father, I came into a little bit of wealth. And me being who I am, that don't belong to me. That belongs to my baby. That's his. And I named my son after my father for that sole purpose. So he can be able to claim what's his. Now,
Okay.
is that the typical story why women are given the last names of the no.
Nah. Nah.
No.
That's
In
not.
my case,
First of all,
in
this
my
nigga
case,
let
it's
you name.
pure.
What the fuck is this shit, bro? Like,
I wasn't gonna say
Listen,
nothing. You can't hyphenate my kid's name.
fuck, you out your goddamn.
listen.
Y'all women really think y'all be in control of some shit just because you popped the baby
No,
out.
no, no, no.
I will
I
snatch the
we
fucking birth
popped it.
certificate at the hospital when
We
your ass
popped
is
it.
knocked out off
I'm not signing it if it ain't
out
got.
your motherfucking mind. Don't name like what?
He
Mama,
may as
I
well
know
just
if
make
that's
up some
my
shit.
uncle. If I
You
was
know what
my
I'm saying? Like
dad, that
neither
would have
one
been
of
the
We
us.
first
popped
semester.
like this is something that I discussed with him and he agreed to. I said,
Yeah,
hey,
sucker.
I
let's
mean, you
do
know,
Oh,
let's
he
do
had
this.
another baby already coming out, so he was probably like,
And
whatever I got to
okay,
do.
and he couldn't fight.
and
I'm
that was
sorry, Marty.
another
I
part
gotta
of the
tell your
conversation.
business. You know what Marty told me the other day? I'm sorry, Marty. I gotta tell your business. You know what Marty told me the other day? She said that he said he didn't
Pause.
like getting into it.
You sure you want to tell this?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell it because it's
All right.
funny. She said that he said he didn't want to get into it with her because he
Hyphenated
thought
ass
he might
whooping.
not win a fight with her. Got to do like 5'3" or some shit like that. So
Wait,
Marty been
say that
punking,
again.
bro. She said that he said he didn't want to get into it with Marty because he was afraid that he might lose a physical altercation with Marty, a woman. You hear that
She
shit?
Nigerian, bro.
I don't give a flying. I ain't gonna
Thank
say
you.
that shit to your face.
Thank
What
you.
kind of man is you? I don't give a fuck.
Look,
You heard me just
hey.
say I would like dating big women. I would never tell them they can whoop my ass. Get the fuck out of here.
So she got to find out. She got to find out on her own.
You better
Hey.
fuck.
Hey, listen, he set himself up to be abused though for sure.
Listen, and it's funny. It's funny that you say that because my son's father, he knows. We've talked about this. The fact that we talked about marriage, the fact that we talked
I'm
about
with Julie
starting a
on that
family,
one.
and for you to turn around and leave after that, you motherfucking right, you gonna have to see me. Like you don't do that. It'd be different if we was just having fun and I just turned up pregnant and it's like, oh, I'm keeping a baby. But the fact that we talked about it and we planned it, and I'm like, yo,
he was probably talking about planning shit.
I mean, right? He might have got his conversations mixed up. It sounded like he was already he didn't know who he was texting.
No,
He's just like, yeah, let's have this baby.
Look, so the thing, and like I said before, even with me wanting to name my dad, huh?
I'm gonna need him to stop laughing. He's making me laugh.
He got his conversation.
Listen. What I'm saying is the conversations that we've had, because I told my son's father, like, look, I come from a wealthy background. I want to name my son, or at least give him my name, because then if I get married as a woman, naturally we take our husband's name. If I were to get married and me and him weren't married, obviously I would give him my son, or give my son his last name. But I'm like, we're not married, and I'm literally the only Imasuan left of my legacy, right?
Right.
So that's important.
Lost child. I just don't see me allowing that shit to fucking
hold on. But he can't beat you up, and you got some money, and he didn't change his last name. I'm confused. You know what I'm saying, like, bro, at this point, he may as well just change his last name and just be your daddy's son. You know what I'm saying?
You really gave some coochie to a bitch.
Y'all are so stupid.
I was just going to say that shit.
So, but I explained that to him, and I'm like, I want to name my son after my father. So once I do find my father, then whatever it is that I have in my name and land and property, I can pass it down to my son. That's the one thing that actually persuaded him to be like, okay, yeah. So, and it was in the beginning where my son's name was hyphenated. He had my name, and then it was my son's father's last name.
But right there.
So to fast forward, the whole point of me naming my son after my dad, because like I said, my dad was deported and I couldn't find him. So I named my son on purpose with social media, Facebook, one day in hopes of my dad, which is exactly what happened. I had a family member reach out to me because of like I said, my last name and our wealthy background. I had a family member reach out to me. I ended up finding my dad. And when I changed it was because so I can make sure it's my land, my property, and so that is why I ended up changing the name. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm still stuck on y'all had way too many conversations for a cat you just met. You know what I'm saying? Like that's serious. Right? Like
but I mean
so
if we both feel a way about each other and feel healthy and right, I mean,
you don't even know what he act like when, like, he might change into a rabbit in 12 months. You don't know because you don't know him, right? Like, you gotta put some time in. Right? Like, I really like this dude, but you don't know nothing about him. You know,
Marty, do you know his blood type?
Yes.
Did you? Like, I know you know it now, right? Like, it's just it's stuff that.
No, yeah, when I get involved with somebody, if we're talking about marriage, huh?
Go ahead, sorry.
So I hear you. If you get involved with somebody, you're talking about marriage.
Deep conversation.
Right, but see, here's the problem. You say that, right? And I respectfully understand that, but he also had a baby you didn't know about on the way. So the conversations was limited. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and it ain't your fault. Yeah. It ain't your fault that a man lied to you, by no means.
I told my guys, and they think I'm crazy. Julian, you've heard this before. I told my bros, I said, before I get married to anybody, I'm putting a private investigator on her ass. And they said that I was fucked. I think I told Mighty this shit too.
I'm not mad at you, bro.
I'm putting a private investigator. I just had my first private investigator on this current chick I've been trying to date. That's the reason why we ain't never getting married. Because it's like, you don't know these people, and there's too much at risk
Man, I'm so happy I got a date in this shit, bro. If I got to hire a private investigator, I understand why you doing it,
The
but
private
that's too much.
investigator could come back and be like, Ninja, you crazy. I didn't find a goddamn thing. Cool.
Yeah, but what happened if you be like off that cut water one day? Be like, you remember when we first started dating? I had a private investigator. I bail on your ass if somebody did me like that, bro.
You might as well just be drunk and say you cheated. Like, I ain't gonna never say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never off that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some shit that
I feel you, but
I gotta
I don't
protect
know.
my
That's
ass.
I don't know. Hey, but going back, I think it was Liz. Is that her name?
Yeah, we got
That's
lots
when
to talk
shit
about.
used to
Liz, you
work,
still
right?
there?
That's when shit used to work. When you got pregnant, I was saying this to somebody on Facebook. When you got pregnant back in the day, that was it. That was your family. You did that shit. We
Facts.
put it all in. How
Facts.
motherfucker get pregnant? They be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want to fuck with you no more,
Let me
and
tell you,
bounce. Like
Lee's story sound like my motherfucking family member. Like,
that's
I
every
thought,
family from
yes, I
1980
thought
and
that was my cousin talking
before.
about her daddy because oops,
Can I
be-
wanted to interject really quick. Y'all
Yep.
don't mind. I want to interject quick. The equivalency of like you said, getting to know somebody, you don't know if they'll turn into a rabbit by month 12, right? Now, Jerry, this question is directed to you. You're gay, right?
Your internet being real funny.
yeah, because he don't want you
And
to that bullshit. That's God.
you
I need another cold water for this stupid ass question you about to ask me. Hold on 1 second. I'll be
it
back.
was
Y'all
right.
keep chatting.
Hold on, we couldn't hear you for some reason. Your internet um
Hold on,
was
I'll be
being
right back.
real.
I'm gonna get
Was
another
being
drink.
all
Let me
right.
get another
Hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. So go
Okay.
back and say that again.
Jeremy's gonna be right back.
All right, we can
Okay.
wait on Jay, but I just
So
want
I
to.
was asking,
Oh, go ahead.
I, it's my internet. I'm sorry. I was asking with Jeremy being engaged, he got engaged to old girl a short amount of time.
Oh, 100%. I
And
got jokes too.
sometimes in the beginning, and yes, yeah, shit. um, but in the midst of it, when you're in it, to have that conversation, okay, I'm getting ready to marry this person. I'm really considering being with this person. Obviously, him and old girl had to have some conversations, right, to be discussing marriage to the point where he was engaged.
Hmm.
So sometimes it is, and yes, having a child by somebody is way more permanent than marriage, but
Absolutely.
you know when it feels right, you know when it feels healthy, you know it's like, okay, I could really consider being with this person.
Okay, time out.
And
Pause.
so
Pause.
I say all of,
Hold on.
yes.
So it was right. You know when it felt right. You said you know when
No.
it felt. So you don't know when it feel right. I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
true. No. And I agree with you. I agree with you. But obviously there were
Oh, yeah, her internet. So somebody pulled the plug. I think Jay might have ran over. You just pull her internet out, bro, to save her. What you just do?
No, I'm what happened?
Hey, but we talking about the chick from Georgia. You just walked back, and we needed to talk about that, right? I remember when you posted, I congratulated your ass on that engagement, and then like a few months later, I start seeing you talk about you looking for a wife, and I didn't say shit, right? But I did message you like I thought you said something. Like that was yeah. Like what happened? She put that thing on you.
That was what you call stupidity.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro.
Hey,
You didn't have no
listen,
babies, right? And
hey,
children are
fuck
way
no,
more permanent than marriage. So
100% because I'm smart. I'm stupid, but I'm smart. So, look,
let's bring her back.
honestly,
She back. She done rebooted the
you
router.
stupid but smart.
She done rebooted the router. She back.
yeah. So honestly, I think with that situation, I think she gave me some bad spaghetti or something. Because I don't know where the fuck my head was. However, remember I told y'all about that PI. I put Paul on her ass, and she don't know this. I put Paul on her ass, and he came back with that manila folder. I found out that she has some felonies back in her home country. They call it bomba, and that was it.
Bro, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I can't do it. Like I'm gonna go apologize to my wife. I didn't even do shit. Y'all, I'm straight up, bro. When I get off this shit, I'm finna go kiss her feet. Uh,
Listen, Paula PI will expose a lot of shit, man. I'll put y'all on to Paul if y'all want his number. Man, you got to do what you got to do. What the fuck you mean?
Hey, somebody text me and said she got Nigerian internet. I'm fool. I'm done. I ain't gonna say their name though. Anyway.
Liz, if you still there, I got some questions, Queen. Liz,
so
Liz,
we all over the board, bro. But man, we damn near gotta bring Julian in, bro. I feel like he could add some fire. Because I think we think similarly to a certain extent. But we got. Is she back? She on a computer? What we on?
I'm on my other cell phone.
Okay. I almost said something stupid.
Don't do that. Don't do me like that.
No, it's all good. But anyway, yeah. So my whole point, and again, I got my girlfriend at the time pregnant we were very young, but we still were dating for some years before she got pregnant. I don't like the it feels right. It takes more than just feels right? It got to be right. You got to put some time in it. You start a new job, you get probation. You don't even get insurance for a year. Sometimes depending on where you at. Like you got to give it. You could be the perfect candidate, but you're still on probation for a while. Right? You gotta put some time in. And I'm not knocking you. Right? Life is what it is. We all get dealt cards and we play them how we play them. And sometimes people play us. Obviously, that's a tough one, right? And again, when I started the conversation, the whole point of the podcast. Well, we're supposed to be some interracial shit, but we on something else. But I started talking about how we, as black men specifically, be on some bullshit when it comes to our children or the children we father, right? I knew a guy had 3 kids with the same name. It was one was the second, one was the third, and one was the fourth. I'm like, bro, that's not how that shit's supposed to work, right? You just robbed your kids of their lineage, right? And you're not George Foreman, right? You can't do that. But
my kids gonna have similar names to me, but not the same one.
And that's cool. It's your kids, right? Nobody can tell you what to name them, but
hey, G, that's another thing we got to cut out as black folks. Our names ain't got to be similar. They ain't got to rhyme. They ain't got to be all named with the letter K. But anyway, another discussion for another day. My bad. Good.
I mean, you learn that as you get older, right? It's some benefits to that, right? But there's also some downsides to that, right? If you get the interview off the resume, they know you're not white, right? If you know what I'm saying, just keep it above.
And I have experienced that. Being that I'm Nigerian, I have a Nigerian name.
Right.
There's plenty of, credentials, qualifications, certificates, but you see my name and it's like, a lot of times people don't even think my name is real. Just because of the spell, in my case, so my first 3 initials is the same on both my, not 3 initials, 3 letters. The first 3 letters are the same in my first and last name. So people be like,
you'll say 3 M's at the beginning. I'm like,
no. So, and considering that it's okay, so my name is Imade Imasuin. That's very easy to hear it and be like, what? And then when you write it out, it's IMA, and then my last name is IMA. So, I mean, just that, if it's hard to pronounce, if it looks weird, I've been passed up on a lot of opportunities because my name is different. But in reality, it's an African name. It's a Nigerian
But think about it this way, too. They would have just not hired you when you came in if you were Stephanie, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it up. All right, listen, we're gonna switch it up to the interracial shit because I do want to touch on that because that was the original statement. And like I said in the beginning, I am absolutely. My wife is white. I've been with her for 33 years. It is what it is. But I do probably have a different take on interracial relationships than most people. I absolutely don't recommend them, right? I don't recommend them to anybody over the age of 30 or even 25 for that matter. Because
why so?
Here's why, right? When my wife and I got together young, teenage young, right? We decided at a young age we got together, hey, it's us over everybody. Right? There is no, if somebody don't like something we doing on either side, we just cut them out. That was our deal. But if she's 35 and you're 35 and her daddy hate black people or your father hate Mexican people, whoever you're dating, they're not getting rid of them. Right? They're not taking somebody they just met midlife and putting them over their family. Right? So if you're older than I'd say 25, then don't start that shit because if there's a family problem, you lose,
So,
right?
how often have you guys ran into, or how often do you foresee family problems over the age of 25?
Over the age of 25, I don't know right now in this climate, shit is probably hot, right? Because it's crazy. But um, I remember when I went to the first family event, right? One of my wife's uncles
I've been
said that
waiting
was the
for this
last.
since I know your ass. I've been really waiting for this.
What happened?
I've been waiting for one of these since I
Oh
know you.
no,
I
the,
said,
the
I
first the
want to hear
first
this.
I'm
family event
sitting
I
here
went
like,
to.
where is this about to go? I need
No,
to
the
hear
first
this.
family event I went to, he didn't. He said he ain't coming to no more. Right? That was like 1993. That motherfucker did not lie. You know what I'm saying? He did
He
not
went
lie.
to his clan chapter meeting afterwards and said, "Y'all
He
know
did
what
not
I've
lie.
seen."
But you know, sometimes life will throw you a left-handed football. He has 3 sons, and all of them have kids with black women. Right? Like that's just crazy work. I'm
And
like,
that's how
damn,
that
bro.
works. Yeah,
Sometimes it works that
I've
way.
seen it. Yes,
You
that's
know?
how that works.
And bro, when the way I met my wife's father was the absolute way no man wants to meet his girlfriend's father.
Uh-oh.
Right? So I expected him to hate me. He did not. He loved me from day one, or day two. Probably day one was not the best. We were in the hotel, right? Not we wasn't like that. We were in the hotel. We were having a little get together back in the day when you had a hotel party. I'm old, so you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
You had to call hotels,
Hotel
and
party.
we had one person that was old enough to drink. We had no alcohol. Well, nobody had opened anything, but we had one chick we knew that we didn't like, and we didn't invite her. And she called around the hotel, found out where it was, and called everybody parents. Right. So I'm the
Damn.
black
Okay.
dude in the room with it was it was damn near a felony back in '92. Right when I was in a room full of white chicks. But when her dad came, because parents had to come get him, right? Call police, all this other shit. I'm in the shower, just standing there because I'm like, ain't nobody come look. Bro opened the front door to the hotel, walked past everybody. It was like, where he at? Went straight to, he slid the shower curtain open. I was like, hello, sir. Right? Because he knew who I was, but he didn't, we had officially met. He's like, you need a ride home? I said, no, sir, I do not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'll call my mama. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I met my father-in-law. And I'll be honest, bro, I was like, he ain't gonna never like me. But we was cool from like day 13. That one, day one wasn't hot. And
That is a
so
very interesting story. And y'all
yeah,
ended up getting married.
you know what I'm saying? It was crazy how we it's like that's not supposed to happen. And I damn sure don't want to, didn't want to meet my son-in-law that way. But nonetheless, right? I just think that yeah, that's the hotel party R. Kelly was talking about. Man, listen, I'm a shut up. Anyway, I was supposed to say some stupid shit, but anyway, my point of talking about the interracial thing is, um, I think it's too much family shit involved after you hit a certain age,
Mm.
right? Um, and you can't expect some chick you just start dating to. And I don't care what race she is or what race he is that you're dating. You can't expect them to give up their racist ass grandfather because they just met you, right? Or their racist ass mom or uncle, or your racist ass mom or uncle or dad or whoever. Like you just can't. You can't expect that, right? And especially, I
I
don't
think
know,
it
bro.
depends. I think it depends. I think it depends on the relationship that they have with that racist grandfather or parent, or if y'all relationship ain't all that great anyway, hey,
Well,
you can
right.
go.
All right, okay. And I agree
So
with you, right? If it's not that great, then it don't really matter. But I'm guessing if the relationship ain't that great, you probably never gonna meet that person, right? You're never gonna hear about that person. Like, hey, they don't like you, and so we ain't fucking with them.
right.
But I think it's crazy. Now, how did we build upon understanding the difference in the cultures? We got together at like 15 years old, so we kind of built our everything, right?
Hmm.
It wasn't like she was older and I was we had all this history. We kind of built our history together. But my mom and my grandmother from New Orleans, I used to take her with me down there. They taught her how to cook and do all the shit I like. So I'm great, right? But it's still differences, right? Like there's things that are natural for us that are not natural for her. I remember one time, this was probably, I don't know, 7, 10 years ago, something like that. We're going our way to Nashville. I'm tired. I'll have her drive. I wake up, we're on the back road because it was a detour and she didn't wake me up. I lose my shit, right? Because I'm like, I'm on the back road to Tennessee with a white chick. I need to be awake. But it just like, for me, that was common sense, right? You know what I'm saying? But for her, she's like, well, you were sleeping. I'm just letting you sleep. I'm like, nah, I'm wide awake now. In fact, I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? Like, Um,
Let me tell you something. So for me, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro, because I was probably
Um,
gonna go ahead.
so I like black women, right? Like I'm exclusively for black women. But I used to be a bunny hopper. I used to be a bunny hopper from like puberty to I'd say like 22, 23. What happened with me was I hit college and I was kind of like, I don't give a fuck. I'm horny. I'll take whoever takes me at this point. Your ass can be pink, purple, or
You just said that about 36 times.
weird as fuck, man. Like it is what it is.
Hey,
Um,
it's so she jumped on the other phone. My bad. Go ahead.
okay. So but culturally, I kind of start to notice the differences towards the end of college. I'm like 23, 24. And I what happened around the end of college for me was a lot of those police shootings started to become publicized, right? Where like the Trayvon Martins and stuff like that. And I noticed even like the woke white women or the white women that were down for the cause, they still were kind of like missing it. You know what I mean? And for me, it was like there's always going to be a cultural disconnect for me that's too hard for me to get over. So and then at the same time, here I got sisters that's marching, getting their ass beat during these marches and shit like that because we've had our own form of the civil rights movement in the 2010s for people that look like me and I'm dating a
Right.
white woman. Like it just didn't make sense for me. And I'm like, I need to be with who's loyal to me type shit. And I called it quits. Now I moved back to the Twin Cities from Duluth, and I'm like, God damn, these brothers love their white women. And it just kind of threw me off. And since then I've been all, straight black
So
women.
let me do this because it needs to be said. I absolutely despise black men that date white women and talk shit about black women. Like that shit drives me crazy. I did not marry my wife or date my wife because she was white. And she was a person I liked, and that's what happened. But I always like to tell brothers, I don't care what color your girlfriend or wife or whatever it is, your kids are going to be black. That's just, if you black, your kids going to be black. So if you bashing black chicks, or worse, the white chick you messing with bashing black chicks, you crazy. Like that shit is that's crazy to me. And having a white wife and being so it's weird, bro. Like when you date or with somebody white, when you see another interracial couple, it's kind of like you an American in China and another you see another American motherfucker won't come talk to you, right? And you get the real feeling that they really feel. Like I've had people come up to me like, "Hey man, yeah, I see you with a white chick too, man. Fuck these black bitches." Blah, blah. I'm like, "Nah, bro, I don't live like that. I have a black daughter. Go on with that shit, right?" Like, so
A lot of that be tied to inner stuff and deeper stuff, mama issues
oh,
and
absolutely, absolutely. Well, no,
yeah.
okay, it's deeper issues. A lot of it is okay. So again, I've been with my woman for 33 years, right? I had people who like, I've never dated a white chick. Be like, bro, I've never dated another black chick. They just had problems with the women they chose. It's not black women; it's the black women they chose. Um, and so I think for some people that they just be like, okay, I've had 36 bad examples. It must be all of them. When reality is, you're the common denominator, right? You keep picking these motherfuckers. That's the problem.
No, that's real. And it's I think in Minnesota specifically, it's a few things. It's proximity as well. Where like if you grew up in one of our suburbs, Wilmington, Roseville, whatever the case is, you're not going to interact with a lot of black women, and then the ones that you interact with are trying to compensate for all the black women that aren't there, right? So it kind of can rub you the wrong way at a young age, and it did with me as well. Like I'll be honest, when I was in high school, all the black women hated me, and I hated them too. Like it was
Why they hate you, bro? What? Like I'm confused.
it was some wild shit, bro. Like it was I was confused because my mom is very classy, proper, articulate. She knows how to carry herself, and so are my aunts, right? And so is a cousin, um,
The cousin, huh?
a cousin. So this is what I grew up around. But then I go to middle school, and it's like, the beginning of Lean on Me when Mr. Clark walked through that hallway. Welcome to the jungle. That's how it was, right? Like these chicks are swinging, weaving their hallway, pulling out blades, cutting people, fighting and shit, swinging padlocks. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then this is middle school, and then high school was just an extension of my middle school. It was in the same city, and I'm just like, y'all are fucking ratchet as shit. I don't want anything to do with y'all. But when you're in high school, for a lot of people, most people, your neighborhood is all you've interacted with. There was no
Right.
social media back then. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get to see, black women doing amazing things in the world. These are literally the only black women I ever interacted with outside of my family. So I just painted this picture of this is what all of them are like. And I just swore them off. And it got really, really bad. It got really bad. Like I started calling them equals and shit like that. They hated me. I hated them. That's literally what I was known for in high school. Probably why I didn't lose my virginity until I was fucking 19. But this is literally what I was known for, right? So they kind of had like a subtle beef with me. I kind of had a subtle beef with them. So when I got to college, I was like, you know what? Let me try to rebrand myself and give these chicks another chance. Let me just forget all the shit that I did in high school. And I kind of saw the other side because by college you got educated sisters and stuff like that.
Right.
And it kind of just was different. But I think with a lot of brothers, they go through what I went through and they just never come back. Right? They just never come back and they just move to the other side. It's like that is what it is. And it's unfortunate because you're gonna find ain't shit in all races, right? Like you can
find a not shit person of every flavor.
Not shit people, you know. But I think for a lot of brothers, they just write it off, and especially in Minnesota, and it's just that is what it is, you know.
Now there are some cultural differences, right?
Mhm.
And here's one of the things I think that we don't realize. As Black folks, America's already difficult, so we all come ready and aggravated from shit we've dealt with, right? And it's not the same for white people. And I know because I've been around white people my goddamn whole life. Literally, I've been with her more years than I've been without her, right? Like legit, right? I've seen everything. So it is different, but shit is not as difficult in America for them, right? That's just the reality of the situation, right? But I don't condone I don't condone people talking shit about Black women. I'm like, you can talk shit about any Black woman you want, put a name on her. Let's make it specific about her, right? Because she's done something or she made a decision or whatever the case may be. But just to blanket it, there are cultural differences, right? You know, I'll give it to my brother. One time came over, my brother from out of town, right? You know, he's married to a Black woman, whatever. He come out, you know, we sit down and shit, put the TV on, and he asked my wife, "So what are y'all watching?" She's like, "Whatever he watch." My brother looked at me like, "To me, that's just normal. She watches whatever I put on the TV. Ain't nothing wrong with it." My brother's like, "Bro, ain't no fucking way that would happen." I'm like, "Bro, it's just that's minor shit. Like it doesn't mean anything to me, right?" I've been hearing it because over the last 5 years, bro, it's been a lot of Black men talking about not wanting to date Black women. It's a crazy ass. I'm gonna call it epidemic. It's again, find out who you love who you love, whatever. Don't matter to me, but it's rough because I'm seeing. And again, as that brother that's not with a Black chick, people come to me and tell me shit that they probably think I'm gonna be okay with. And a lot of times I'm not. Like, bro, I want to hear that shit. I mean, just pick better, right?
Chat. If anybody's still in the chat, how do y'all feel about interracial relationships? I don't know who's still there. Doc and Julian. I don't know who's still there.
You really shouldn't. You really feel the way about the shit you in, right? Like I don't. I got a homie, he Black love all that, and I support him to death. Like I love. As a matter of fact, I introduced him to his wife, and they're a beautiful couple. They got kids, and they doing wonderful. Like I love that shit. I love whatever the fuck somebody love for themselves, right? But there are people that shit bothers, right? And I will admit, my brother didn't like the shit at first. He was like, "Man, I don't like that you married a white woman or dating a white girl." I said, "Well, fuck you. I don't care." Right? Like who I am, it doesn't matter about her color. Who I am is my wife comes before everybody.
Talk that shit.
Right? Like if my wife don't have to go everywhere I go, but if she is not allowed to be where I'm going, I ain't going. Right? There's nobody that comes first. I will listen. It don't matter, right? That's how I am. Nothing comes before my wife. It's just not happening, right? And I think some people struggle because they're like, well, you put her up here, she's white. Like, no, it's my wife. That's why she's up here, right? That's why she's on this pedestal. That's why she's number one. That's why she's treated well, right? I got
a question, right?
Yes,
because
sir.
like I hear the way that you prioritize your wife is how I think you should prioritize your wife. That's your mate, right? Julian says the same thing. And he's also been dating his wife. It's a Black woman, so it's race that's irrelevant. He's also been dating his wife since he was like 16, right? She's probably like 19, but still very, very young. Do you think that people that get married younger have a different type of love than people? Because honestly, when I
Yes.
was if
You
I
gotta
married
finish that
somebody
shit.
at
Yeah.
36, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
So let me piss the world off. I
okay,
don't think if you're over 30, you should even be dating. You've already blew your shit,
whoo,
right? This is reality. I don't think if you're over 30, you should be dating. Now,
I'm
unless you were in a long-term relationship or you're a widow or widower, because here's why.
pop that
You're
ass forever.
you're selfish in your ways. This is why relationships don't work. Relationships takes compromise and it takes effort and it takes all this other shit that if you've been living your life the way you want to live your life for 30 years or 15, 20 adult years, and somebody come over and disrupt your shit, you done.
You cook.
Right? I'm done with like what y'all break up for? Man, I want to go to the movies and she wanted to see something different. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like
So I'm 35, so I'm cooked.
you
I get
toast.
it.
You toast.
Close.
Butter
That's
and
fair.
jelly, fam.
What if I started dating somebody that was 23?
You still toast.
I'm still toast.
You still toast, and you weird. But here's why. You're not weird today, right? When she's 23, you 36. You weird when y'all start having conversations about real life, and you talking about politics, and she talking about whatever the fuck you or whatever the TV show that's hot on Netflix, right? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that whole age thing is super important because I'm at my age. I'm talking about something different. We're talking about investments and life and retirement and grandkids and shit. You can't if you mess with a chick that's 23 at you're 36. How old are you?
Just turned 35 on Monday.
I feel like you was already 35, but okay,
I
I'll
said
let
I
you
was
have it.
turning 35 in the last one, and I turned.
All right. So you're
September
35. You get with a chick that's
leave
23.
me
That's
alone.
12 years. That's not the worst shit in the world. But let's say you get with her. She's 23. You're 35. You don't want to have kids until you know her. Takes you a couple years to date her. You get married. Now you're 40. She's pregnant at
28.
28. That's not a bad age for her to be pregnant. But when your son is or daughter is 18, you're 58. Right? You already late to the game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You're not at you can get away with it, right? But I got cats my age that got divorced and they went and messed with a young chick, 20 something. And I'm like, bro, you out your rabbit. First off, she can't come around nobody else's wife. Old chicks don't want to be around a bunch of young chicks. That shit, them young chicks got young chick friends. They don't want, bro, shit. Listen, I'm not going to hang out at your house with your new wife and her motherfucking young ass friends. I'm doing it.
I really do be thinking I really be thinking like that too, because it's like very stuck in my ways. And that's something where I think that was part of the breakdown of my engagement, where it was like, you are who you are to a certain extent. I am to who I am. I don't want you to change to be with me, right? Because
Right.
at that point she was 30 and I was 33, 34. And I'm like, I don't want you to change to be with me because you're going to hate me for it. You're going to resent me for it. And I'd rather have a failed engagement than a failed marriage. So
Absolutely.
we parted. But now I'm back here out here single and I'm like, trying to date people even close to my age. It's weird. You know what I mean? So it's like,
find a recently divorced, recently widowed, you know what I'm saying, chick. You have to find somebody who understands what a relationship is. Also, you realize if you are dating somebody who's also been single for 15 years, 3 of your homies are smashed. Right?
right.
I don't care about body counts, all that, but you can't have your best man used to be her ex-man. You know
You're
what
on
I'm
this
saying?
insider.
And you're in a different time than I am, right? When I was young, chicks took nudes, but it was on a Polaroid. You know what I'm saying? You had to give it to. Now they just distributing them. So anybody that is at this age of today's world and social media and cameras, it's a lot of information out there about people that I think it's difficult. We're still territorial as men, right? We want to feel special about the woman we want to make special, right? We want to feel special about this woman we're going to make our wife. And if your boys come over, you're like, hey man, this is my girl, Stephanie. They be like, oh, Stephanie. They start showing you all these pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, it probably don't feel good.
It don't. It don't. I don't even want to go out in public with. Man, listen, I fuck it. I don't care. I'm off these co-waters. So I don't even want to like part of me, because I know eventually I'm about to run into one, maybe two, hopefully not at the same time, of these ninjas that she didn't smash. I don't be wanting to go out like that. Like, I don't want to go to your neighborhood bar. That's where the fuck you met
Because
your
you
last
know
place.
you the butt of the joke.
You get what I'm saying?
I
These
mean, if
niggas
you
is
8 years in and you find out, you kind of invested, right? But if you like, hey, why everybody laughing at me?
You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
Fuck all that shit, man. I ain't
Or
doing that. So That's why I'm getting me a mail order bride. So that way, whoever smashes in fucking Hong Kong or some shit, and he trying to get to America too. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
It's just a you know, and obviously there's always exceptions, bro. There's always exceptions to the rule. You know, you can meet somebody, get lucky, but we don't, as humans, we don't want to compromise, right? It's the reason that second and third marriages fail way more than the first marriage,
Damn.
right? Because the first marriage you probably put time in, and it took a lot to destroy that. That second one, like I'm over it, right? Like it doesn't. You wouldn't have a third marriages if the first one really worked, right? You wouldn't have a second marriage if the first one really worked. So something went wrong that made you split up with the person you love, you thought you loved the most, right? It's just I don't know, bro. I don't think relationships are made for older people. If you just think about what a relationship is, it doesn't make a lot of sense to start that at a 35 plus years old. It
So
just
Kevin Samuel said this, and they killed
he
him
was
for it.
divorced twice,
Literally, they
and
killed him for it.
I ain't giving that man no credit. Rest
Fuck
in
that.
peace.
He said it, and they literally, though he died like a week later. That was one of his last YouTubes where he was saying, if you're over the age of 30, you leftovers, and they poisoned
But
my
he
man's.
but he only said it to women like it doesn't apply to men, right? And we get this. So let's talk about that for a second too,
He said
because
that.
they're like, if a man has resources, he has choices. No, fam, people will choose your money, right? If you walk into a room as a rich man and women are all over you, but you walk in that room as an average man and it's not you they like, bro. You the same cat in that room.
Do you really think rich men walking into the room thinking these hoes are choosing him because of his hairline and his charisma?
I think dudes who want to be rich believe that's what happens.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? I think as a well off person, right? You have to if you're rich, you understand you're a risk and people are a liability, right? But one of the things that these cats always say, and this is where I struggle with Kevin Samuels, get your money up, level up, and you get choice of women. But you also say at the same time, don't get a woman who's waiting on you at the finish line. Well, how can I level up and then get a woman? Because if I level up, I'm at the finish line, right? But I don't want to get a chick who's waiting on me at the finish line, right? There has to be some common sense, right? And the more money you have, the more risk it is, right? And this is the other reason why I don't think relationships really work too much these days, because people are meeting people on bullshit, right? You meet people on an app, you swiping, she swiping. That's not organic, bro. That shit is destined for fail because what you're looking at this point is physical, 100% physical. We are physical already, right? But at least if you're talking to a chick, I'm like, okay, maybe her ass ain't what I wanted it to be, but she really cool, right? Like we get along, we vibe. But if I'm swiping, I'm throwing the vibe right out the window, right? I don't care what we vibe like because I don't know you. I'm just looking through. And then you got a lot of chicks with kids and all that. There's a whole lot of shit that go into being over 30.
And it's interesting, right? Because it's like, I think people recognize what you're saying. That's why marriage rates are down, period. People aren't getting married like they used to. And then the people that do get married, they get divorced. But people in general aren't getting married how they used to. However, birth rates are not dropping
I,
worth a
I
fuck.
I can tell you why, and I disagree with you on why people aren't getting married, but I'm going to tell you my take on why I ain't getting married. Marriage rates were highest when women couldn't work, where if they wanted to eat and have a nice house, they had to marry somebody, right? Dudes are literally mad because they're like, well, because women have choices, they not fucking with us. Be better.
Shout outs to black women. I don't give a fuck. Y'all talk shit about them, but they are some of the most creative people on planet Earth. This means clocking that T.
I
This
didn't
means,
know what the fuck you was doing.
this is,
My
it's
wife
funny
white,
to
so that
me.
might be why I don't know. I'm over here like, bro, just I
This
don't know.
this
I know
that's
what.
that's T right there. That's what they mean when they say T.
I didn't know what the hell you was doing. I was just going to ignore that shit for the rest of the time. I'm like, throw off that cut water. But no, but for real, like we have this I don't need a man mentality, right? For a lot of women, but a lot of women don't need the version of men that are out there today, right? I hate the 50-50 talk. I want a woman I need my woman to go 50-50. Most of the time, it's only on bills. You ain't cleaning half the house. You ain't cooking half the meals. You ain't doing half of nothing else, right? And then they like, oh man, my girl ain't. We don't have sex that much because she working as hard as you and she doing all the other shit she's supposed to do, right? Like if you're going 50-50, you got a 50-50, bro. That's half of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, it's he got a point to us. I mean, but you shouldn't have to get beat or killed to leave. Just be decent people, bro. That's all it takes. And I don't
So
know.
if you think, do you think I'm not advocating for this. I'm just giving it a scenario. You think if we kick women out the workforce, marriage rates would go back up?
Yeah, but cheating would too.
You
You know
said
what I'm saying? Cheating would go up too. So that's the part we just pretend we don't remember the stories about the milkman and all the other, you know what I'm saying? The mailman having women didn't have choices. But don't fool yourself into thinking they didn't have opportunities, right?
mm,
If they wanted to live, they had to be a wife, right? But if you took, first off, I don't even know why anybody would want women out of the workforce. Just pick a woman that works for you, bro. I don't mean like works like in work under you. I mean, but find somebody that works for you. This whole, if women don't have choices, they'll choose me is a crazy ass mentality. I don't want somebody who needs me. I want somebody who wants me. Because if you need me, I don't know how you really feel, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, bro. You know,
no, I agree. No, I definitely agree. Where it's from the perspective of I don't even know if you like me. If I'm somebody that you actually need. And
you
that's
need to
why the
sleep.
whole passport bro shit just cracks me up and I make jokes about it all
Oh
day
my
long.
God.
Because it's just like, come on, man. Like you're just bringing in essentially a sex
Here's
worker.
here's
And
what they do know, right? A lot of passport bros like, don't bring her back to the US because she'll leave you. You wonder why? Because she don't like your ass. And there's better choices when she get here, right? You have to realize there's a small percentage of passport bros or expats that move because they want a better life and they want to find a traditional woman and they want to live in that country. But the majority of them cats are like, I can't get a woman here, so I hate women in the United States that require men to have a bunch of money. So I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm the man with a bunch of money and become the dude I hate in the United States, right? You don't immerse yourself in the culture. You don't immerse yourself in the language. You just come over there with bankrolls. If you had that money here, you'd be living the same way. But the key difference, right, is men. I don't think men today realize, and I think your boy said something about the cooking. I didn't even realize, bro. Me and my wife been together a long time. When we became empty nesters and COVID came around and all that kind of shit happened at the same, around the same time, I realized how much shit my wife does on a day to
oh,
day,
for sure.
right?
Oh, for sure.
To a point where I'm like,
Did you
shit.
grow up in a 2-parent household?
Well, my mom and dad got divorced when they were young, when I was young. So I did not. So I see my mom. My dad was active in my life, but they weren't together.
This is part of the reason why I'm in marriage. Julian made a good point. He said, after over 30, you're the problem, right? And he agrees. Because I'll never be the man that my dad was. When I say 50-50, my parents did 50-50. I remember growing up seeing my dad peel potatoes, fold clothes,
You
do
help
all
out,
sorts of types of shit. Like he was literally, them ninjas was 50-50 dollars, picking us up from school, dropping us off. They literally split that shit down the middle. My mom talked shit like he didn't really do much, but I remember him being active
he
as
didn't do it as
fuck.
good. You know what I'm
He
saying?
may
But he
not
did it.
peel the potatoes to the standard that you peel it, Mom.
Right, right.
But it is what it is. No Marshall Mathers. I ain't coming at my mom or anything. But what I'm saying is, it's like me growing up seeing that, I understand what women are talking about because my parents did not have gender roles, right? They both did what they needed to do. So when I was growing up, I was looking for, as I was in my 20s and in my early 30s, now I'm in my middle 30s, someone that could split those because that's what I grew up seeing and it worked for them. No marriage is perfect, but they're
No,
still
right.
together. And it's like, this is something where when I meet people as a single person and you didn't even have a dad, right? Or your mother is on drugs or some other types of traumatic shit that happens in a lot of black families. It's like, yo, I had family dinners. Like I remember, parents reading to us and shit like that
Right,
before bed.
right. Normal
We were
shit.
about as close to the fucking Cosby's as it comes, even though we was broke. So it's like, I get what you mean where men really don't understand what 50-50 entails.
We
Um,
don't.
and I do, you know what I mean? Like
I
I
mean, most
personally
of us
do.
don't.
Most of us don't. I personally do, but it's I don't know if I'm about to be like shit. Like I don't know. It's weird, and that's part of the reason why I ain't had no kids willy nilly either. Because I know I ain't gonna never be as good of a dad as my. There was a thing on
But you
Facebook.
can be as good of a dad as your dad if you have him
Thank
willy
you.
nilly, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. There was a thing I saw on Facebook. It was kind of it was a joke. Like these two dudes were in a room, and they were saying they were gonna have a dad off. They said they both was gonna phone their dad, and whoever's dad answered first won. I said this is the most ghetto wholesome shit I ever seen, right? And they're literally calling. I'm like, I damn near want to start a competition on Facebook of having a dad off, and I guarantee I'd smoke 369
I mean,
people.
shit, who else would call their dad?
My pops is answered on the first fucking ring. It don't matter where he is. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter because my pop set the standard so high for me, I know I'll never meet it. So I'm afraid to have kids because the moment my kid asks me to do something that I know my dad would have been able to do no problem, I feel like a fucking failure. So
I
it's like
mean,
I didn't have no kids willy nilly, and I sure as hell didn't get married either. You know?
right, but you can't obviously your dad should be the standard at which you try to meet or exceed. Um, but not in every single way, right? Everybody's different. Times change. There's shit different that your dad had to do that we don't have to do, right?
Mhm.
But the thing is, you said your mom and dad have gender roles. I'm going to disagree to a certain extent. If a window got busted in the middle of the night, I don't think your mom was going out there,
No, you got a point. I
right?
get you.
But today's times are different. So your mom and dad was a generation where women could work, right? But the generation before them, there wasn't only gender roles, right? Because
Mhm.
women really couldn't work. Or it wasn't that prevalent where women had jobs or they didn't pay enough that made sense to leave the house.
Mhm.
But I remember, and interestingly enough, um, we have gender roles to a certain extent in my home, right?
Mhm.
I remember my kids coming over after they moved out, and I traveled a lot for work, so I had a different, she had to carry a lot of the traditional day to day shit. But I remember one of my kids saying to me, "When did you start cleaning?" I was like, "Damn," right? Because I'm cleaning up and shit. Because when I clean up, I'm yelling at my kids when they come over. Y'all don't live here. Don't be over here messing up this goddamn house. But they really never saw me do that, right? And in hindsight, that was a bad thing. They should have seen more, see me doing that more. But like I said, when my kids moved out, and I was like, oh, they really ain't as messy as I thought. I'm over here fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame them when they don't live here. And I realized I'm like, man, she does so much shit, and I'm blessed, bro. And I bullshit you not. I just texted my wife and told her how much I love her because when I have these conversations, I realize how blessed I am, right? But I'm blessed, and I have a good woman, and she still does a lot of shit. Right? She will cook me breakfast. I don't even let her cook me breakfast as much as she wants to because I'm like, you got other shit to do, right? But she'll cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner every fucking day, right? Day in and day out. Um, but like I've been trying to take the load off of her for the last few years. Like, man, I realized I put so much pressure on you. And so when I say all of that shit, then we go back to these dudes talking this 50-50 shit, but you only want to do 50-50 on the bills. Because they was like, well, if I ain't there, she got to do 100% of everything. True. But when you come, you add 100% to everything. You've doubled the laundry, you've doubled the cooking, you've doubled so the only thing you're really doing is saying, hey, I want to pay less. You know what I'm saying? Like the 50-50 is so you can pay less.
Correct.
Which I don't know, bro. And it's I mean, imagine a chick who has a great job and you want to come over and split the bills with her and add to her motherfucking workload. That shit don't sound right.
Yeah, one of my closer friends, I was just talking to her, and she thinking about leaving her man because he did exactly that. And it's like he doesn't do anything. Like, yeah, he'll pay a bill every now and then, but as far as household chores and stuff like that, he moved in with her, and she really getting sick of his ass. And it's like, god damn, like I think for a lot of dudes, you just don't know what it entails and what it actually looks like, and it's sad because the things have to get done. Um, the things have to get. Oh, that was a good question,
So
Richard.
I think if he's depending on that's a conversation you have to have with your woman, right? Like when I got with my wife, I didn't have a lot, right? We were young. We moved our first, so there was times where she had to cover damn near everything. Well, I tried to figure out what the fuck I was going to do with my life, right? And as that time changed, so when I was like, hey, listen, at some point she was a stay at home mom for a few years, but she didn't like. She's like, there's nothing to do. But at certain points when I wasn't bringing in anything, I did more shit around that. My kids were little, or I didn't think my daughter was born at that point, right? You do different shit. It's a working progress, right? So as we've gotten older and things have changed. So she I think his role is still the masculine role, right? Like I take care of the outside of the house, the trash, the man shit, the protection, the provision. Like you mentioned something like when you said if you call your dad, he's answering on the first ring, right? The way my family structure is, if my kids call me, I'm answering on the first ring, but my wife is going to jump up because she knows when they call me some shit, right? You don't call dad and be like, hey, we ain't got no milk, right? Like when my phone rings,
Facts,
right?
facts,
When my phone
facts.
rings, my wife's like, "Shh." I'm like, hey, it's the kids. I answer. She's like this, right? Like, what's going on? What's going on?
That is so fucked up.
But
Why don't no one ever call dad to shoot the breeze? Because you damn right. Every time I call my dad, it's a fucking problem.
It's because the way that our household worked is like, I see this thing, and I'm not a religious dude, but I see this like this umbrella. It was like God, then the father, then the mother, and then the kids. We just don't have the top umbrella, right? So in the house shit, they handle her, and then she comes to me, and then we address it or we deal with it. But there's certain things that when that phone rings, I just start getting up, bro. I don't even like it. Just don't matter what it is. When my phone rings and it's the kids, I'm damn near getting up. I don't care what I'm doing. It's done, right? I need to see what's going on because it's something serious. Because mom handles all of the majority of that stuff. The call, not that she doesn't come to me and say, "Hey, we need to do this with the kids," or "Kids need this." It's when that phone rings, it's serious shit. I don't get me wrong. My kids will text me, "I love you," this, that, and the other. But when that phone rings, because when they want to talk to me, they call their mom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm having flashbacks. So, no, I used to live in Georgia, and I didn't have any family or friends down there, right? And every time I called my dad, it was I'm stranded somewhere, or my car done broke down, or some shit like that. And this is serious, right? I'm calling my mom. How do I make sure that I wash this love? You know what I mean? What type of this or that did you use a scent? Or
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I call my wife for the same shit my kids call her for. Hey, man, I was cooking something. What did you put in this? You know what I'm saying? or bro, I don't even know where shit's at in my house. Right? Like that's my kids will be like, "Oh, mom said this was over there." I'm like, I don't know where that shit. I gotta call her too. It's different, bro. But that's so. I think we do truly still have gender roles, bro. I could not imagine my wife like saying, "Hey, babe, I heard something. I'm like, we'll go check it out." Right? Like here's where, and then we'll get to the end. But here's where gender roles play a huge part. Here's what I always say to my wife. I say, "Yes, you do a lot of shit. You do the majority of the shit. But I'm willing to die so you can sleep with another man later, right? Because I'm gonna put my life on the line and you're not gonna be single after that." Right? Let's just keep it a buck. If somebody breaks into my house and I have to go fight to the death, right? If I have to go fight to the death,
fucking crazy.
Right? I have to fight to the death and I take this intruder out, but I die, sooner or later you're gonna have another man.
Facts.
Right? I don't know a woman that's like, I'm gonna go put my life on line so you could live. Nah, we gotta go together.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? It's like so you don't like you ask you don't send your woman to answer, right? And there's nothing worse for a relationship than when a woman doesn't have faith in her man, right? I remember years ago it was years ago, right? Many years ago, we were out at a bar party. It was a nightclub. That's how long ago it was. We don't do that shit. It was a bunch of us, me, my homies, all of our girls, and this chick, one of my guys' girls, come up to me and she's like, "Man, can you get this dude off me? He keeps grabbing my butt." I'm like, "Yo, dude's right there." She's like, "Yeah, he don't care. He ain't gonna he's non-confrontational." I was like, "This shit's over," right? Like, I'm like, that's crazy that you have to come to another man to address some shit. Now, I'm not saying that if dude is talking to you, girl, you got to run over there and interrupt because you got to give her the ability to fend people off, right? You don't want to be the chicken hawk that every time a dude say hi, you run over there. And her job is to say no. But when that dude don't listen, that's when you step in. But to have, like, that was crazy, bro. And, this happened over 20 years ago. And we just saw this chick. Obviously, they broke up some years later. We just saw this chick last Saturday. And she brought that shit up. Remember when she was drunk, we was tailgating. Remember when I had to call you to get this dude? I'm just like, God damn, that shit's still sitting there. You got a whole new family. You married to somebody else.
Hold on, Mike. What you talking about? Julian Williams don't do that.
Well, I think that's what we said when, nudging your chick to go see what that noise was.
Mike, explain that shit.
Hey, Rich, I need to get. Oh, I keep some heat, but I still got to go figure out who in my house if the noise is, what I'm saying, if somebody in the house. But no, I mean that's the ultimate role is sacrifice, right? That's where I'm like, if you really go fool with a chick, make sure she's worth it, right? I'm the street side I'm walking on the street side, right? I don't lie to my wife about that shit. I'm like, I do not want to get hit by a fucking car, but because I have a penis, I'll take that hit for you.
Dead ass,
right?
I mean, I think that's what certain stuff, little things, man, that I look at. As far as like, even for women, I'm not interested in. It's a weird thing I do for dateability. I had a friend. She was visiting last weekend, and she knows who she is. But She was visiting last weekend, and I mean, we were walking, and she keeps popping out to the street. Keeps popping out to the street, and I kind of gently move her waist over, move to the inside, move to the inside type shit. And it's like certain roles, like you said, like kind of going back to the point that you and Julian made earlier, after 30, you get so set in your ways. She was 41, right? It's like she's been doing things by herself so long. She doesn't have any kids. You just kind of look at it and be like, you know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
even a chick that I've been seeing, like oh man, I'm gonna save that for the next episode because I
Yeah,
want to
say that one. Say that one. Sound like it's gonna be
I
some
want to
shit.
talk to her about it first, then I'll bring it up because she
All
hasn't
right.
heard about it. But yeah, man, like it's just certain stuff where you're used to doing if you are a man, but if you aren't, women have to go to another man for it, and they'll never forget the shit 20 years later, even with a whole nother family. And it's like,
The only other man it can be is her dad. Right? That's the only other man it can be is her dad. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna bring them comments back up so they can stay there. I'm gonna make them a little bigger. The only since they're not coming in so fast right now, but the only other man a woman can go to in that situation is her father.
bags.
Right? If she's got to go to a different man other than her father, and you are her boyfriend, it's a wrap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over. You done lost. You know what I'm saying? Like you just done lost. But you know that's as I go back to there's specific things. Again, I joke. Me and the wife talk all the time. I joke. I'm like, if me and my wife get out of the car and walk to a door, that motherfucking door just stay closed till I reach for it.
Mm,
And she's fully capable, but
mhm.
after years and years of not doing it, she just don't do the shit. Right? And when she does open the door, it's weird. Like she doesn't like to put her hand on the door, so she balls and put it. I'm like, that's weird as shit. She's like, I don't like. I haven't had to touch doors now. I get creeped out. Right? The only time she has to open doors is when it's cold out. She don't like to wait. She move quick. When it's motherfucking winter time, I'd be like, oh, okay. You open your own door in winter time.
Yeah.
Yeah, open in winter time, she open her own goddamn door with no problem. But you know, I joke. You know, I joke a lot with her. I'm like, man, if something happened to me, you got to learn a whole lot of shit. Right? If a woman feels protected, sometimes they have no fucking idea what's going on in the world. I love the fact that my wife does not walk into a room and have to scan it, try to figure out shit. That's my job. That
I
shit's
saw
stressful
that.
as
I
it
saw
is.
that on I think it was TikTok or some shit like that where a woman was saying she was traveling. She always travels with her husband, and she'll just be like walking, lollygagging and shit like that. And she had to go travel for work by herself, and she didn't know what the fuck to do. She didn't know how to like follow the signs in the
You
airport.
know, people think that's ditzy, but that's a woman who is living in her femininity, right?
Yeah,
She is comfortable with her man enough, and that's what submission is. And this is where we talk about submission. Like, I need my woman to submit. Submission is her saying, I trust you to make the right decisions for me and the family, right? To a point where I don't have to worry about specific things.
oh fuck that. I'm gonna talk about it because this is a perfect opportunity, and I'm gonna talk to her about it. It's not a big
Hey,
deal.
hold
It's
on.
not
But hey, Richard said he
big,
hates
but
when his fiance ain't aware. I don't like it, but I like it. Right? I don't like it, but it reassures me that I'm doing my shit right.
it really so in this circumstance, and it's so small, but it means a lot to me. We were downtown Minneapolis and we drove separate cars. I parked first and she was trying to park across the street. The cars are really tight between each other and she's trying to parallel park, right? So I get outside and I'm kind of directing her. And she backs up, she backs forward, and I said, okay, cut your wheels to the right. And I said, okay, you're good. All right, get out the car so we can go inside. Literally, that's what I said. Like, all right, you're good. You can get out right now. And I walked around the back and she almost backed into me. And I almost lost it because I'm like, this is a circumstance where I am outside. It behooves you to listen to me because I'm looking at your fucking tires, right? Like I'm
Right.
literally looking at your tires, and you still won't listen from the standpoint of here's a man that I'm so used to parallel parking by myself, whatever the case is. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a big of a deal because it just shows how independent and how long you've been to
So
where you're almost running me over. And
let
I
me let
just
me
told you that you were good with your parking.
let me tell you where me and you would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
When I got out of my car, I would have gotten a driver's seat. And I would have
Mm.
parked her shit.
Good luck with that one.
I mean, I'm just telling you how because we do drive separate to certain places, right? My wife, as a matter of fact, if she drive and I'm in the car, we're on the way to the hospital and I'm sick, right? Like we
No, no,
don't.
no, 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 no. You're
But
right. You're right.
but when we drive separate, first either I'm parking her car. Here's where you park. And I'm gonna park right next to you, or you follow me. I'm gonna park my car, jump in, and drive you, and then we're gonna park your car. Right? That's just it. But again, I'm old and I'm way kind of traditional. Um, and that's what it is. But I know it's getting late now. We're losing a few people, so let's do this, bro. Let's wrap this one up, and then you let me know when you're ready again, and we'll do this shit again. And I got everything's edited up, so I need to.
Yeah, we got to drop these videos.
Yeah, we got to drop them. I got some shorts. So why don't we pick a time tomorrow, Sunday, whatever, and instead of record, we're just gonna go through some of the shit, right? Because I got the full ones, and then I got a bunch of clips. So we go through some of the clips and shit, and then decide. I'll give them all to you. We can post them however we post them.
Okay, yeah. Let's definitely do that because I have some availability this weekend.
For sure. Hey, you stay after this, but hey, we appreciate y'all definitely for for spending some time with us and spending some hours and all the comments and shit is greatly appreciated, man. We had a ball with y'all tonight. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one, y'all.